that sports encyclopedia. BetUS, Steve Kim. Got Trent in the cut.
What are you?
He's the best.
Yeah.
He's a master motivator.
I'm a master motivator. I ain't no regular ass motivator. I'm a fucking master.
Coaches tried to make practice so hard that the game was less intrusive. Like they coached you that way. Like people think, well, they were just yelling. No, they were trying to put you under stress and put you in under duress so that when you got in the game, you could mentally handle adversity.
If you go through JUCO and you make it out of JUCO, you can make it anywhere.
I respect the hell out of you to see that you're doing what you're doing and still doing what you're doing for real, the way you do it, man. From day one, you had the same enthusiasm. You keep the same enthusiasm, and it's fucking contagious.
In my opinion, I think Shedeur Sanders is the best deep ball in college football. I don't think
he's. Can you just say something nice about Shedeur Sanders?
I love talking ball. It's nice to connect with guys that are like-minded and just are real and genuine.
And I proudly stand up next to you all. God bless America.
You said belt to ass, T-Rich. You got the belt around you.
Smitty and Jason Brown.
Coach JB Show.
What up? We are in the building. Smitty finally got a TV and represents the show every single morning. So we are fully lit. I know people ask about the studio. Don't worry about studio.
Don't worry about that.
I mean, we could do the studio. We could do not the studio. It's just whatever we want to do. Just a lot
flexible.
of drama.
We can do what we want.
Are you whispering on me?
Huh?
Big Smitty's in the building. We are here in the building, and it is Doc Talk Tuesday, Talk That Talk Tuesday, T-Rich, Bama Legend Tuesday, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gem Tuesday, Korean Cosell Tuesday, the day after Monday Tuesday, the day before Wednesday Tuesday.
You in your bag right now. You in your bag early.
And they suspended your boy 3 games for the hit on Trevor Lawrence.
I just saw that, homie. I'm not surprised. We're going to dive into that, but I am not surprised.
Dear baby Jesus, I come to you today to pray for all the heavy hitters, thumpers in the NFL that are looking down upon Roger Goodell in the NFL and calling them soft as butter. And I pray to you today, Lord, that Trevor Lawrence learns to get his 6'6", 240-pound ass down about 2 seconds earlier, or hit the sideline, Lord, and go towards the DB that doesn't want to tackle anyway. But, Lord, to all the safeties and linebackers and defensive players that are handcuffed in today's football game, I pray to you, Lord, that Roger Goodell drops his nutsack and allows the defensive players with helmets and pads to once again play football with helmets and pads. Your name, Jesus' name, amen.
There you go. You getting better with your prayer. You getting better with your prayer. Like that wasn't as wild as previous prayers that you've said. So you're just slowly getting closer to my type of prayer, which I appreciate. I'm proud of you.
Dear baby Jesus, I would also like to pray for all the Chiefs Queendom fans that really think their team is good. Jesus, this is the worst anomaly we've ever seen, Lord. They're 11-1, Lord. Can't really say nothing. They're in the grown men's league at 11-1. It's laughable that people really think they're a bad team. They're 11-1. I can't really say nothing. But they're the worst 11-1 team we've ever seen in the history of the NFL. Dear baby Jesus, please help all the NFL fans grasp that concept and let them know that their quarterback, albeit great guy with a horrible family around him, is the most overrated quarterback in the history of the NFL. But they are 11-1 because of Andy Reid, the Hamburglar, and the great play calling, along with Spagnuolo and that defense, Lord. In Jesus' name, baby Jesus' name, amen. Just want to get the party started, Lord.
That's how you do it. You always start your day off with prayer. When I wake up in the morning, I lay in the bed for a minute. I kind of take some deep breaths. You know, I kind of think through my direction for the day. I pray. I read my morning devotion. Then I get up. So I like how we should start the show off with a prayer more often. I like that.
Yeah, we could do that. As long as I'm not getting hit, put the holy water over me. But Smitty, Ryan is having a bad day.
He is.
Ryan Day is 1-4 versus the team up north, as the Ohio State fans refer to as Michigan. His mentor, predecessor, and legend, Urban Meyer, was 7-0 with multiple national titles and undefeated season to boot. Is it time to let Ryan Day go? Listen, I never want to advocate for the firing of a coach, having been in the profession for all my adult life. However, if we are going to criticize this man, we have to mention his rival in James Franklin, who has yet to beat a top 5 team during his tenure at Penn State. Why is James getting a pass and Ryan Day isn't? Is it simply because Urban Meyer won natties and never lost to Michigan? Or is it just the Ohio State lore that comes with the job? Penn State has quite a historic run as well, but have been irrelevant on a national scale for much longer than Ohio State has. Ohio State has at least won in the past 10 years. Ryan Day has underdelivered without a doubt, in my opinion, Smitty, but my opinion doesn't matter. The collectives now have the say, and whatever they say will go at Ohio State. But what do I know? I believe Ryan Day is on the hot seat, Smitty, and wouldn't be surprised if he keeps his job simply because there isn't a better option out there other than Urban Meyer or Nick Saban, and either want to coach college football again, in my opinion. And Smitty, I wouldn't be surprised if they fired him just because they think there is someone out there who can get them over the hump. What do we know? Let's dive into the show, Smitty. Oh, man.
Dang, homie. Puff off give.
Nah, I don't smoke, but it was, I think a little dust particle flew in. I saw it, actually.
Hold on. You saw the dust particle come down.
Yeah.
And you chose to still let it enter your system.
I didn't choose.
Why didn't you avoid it? If you saw it, I mean, you quick enough
so
to
many.
avoid
So
it.
many. I had to pick one, homie. You don't know how science works. Let's discuss something real quick, though. We need to get some members back. We shout out at all our members. We will be going members only every 30 minutes into the show. So at about 6:30, we'll be going members only. So all you guys have 25 minutes or so to get membered up. And then during the poll question, we'll be taking a members only calls. So shout out. You got options as a member. You got 3 different tiers. Go become a member today. And head on over to CoachJBStore.com and get you some new merch. A lot of merch has been selling in the last few weeks. Shout out to all you guys over there getting you some merch. So shout out to you guys. And let's dive into the show, Smitty. Aziz Al-Shahir, who hit the sliding Trevor Lawrence, knocked Lawrence out of the game, is being suspended 3 games as of early this morning. Right out the gate, your thoughts on the 3-game suspension before I break the rest of this rundown down?
I think 3 games. It's tough, man, because I saw his apology at the end. The more I watched the play, I still think it was unnecessary. I'm not kind of hopping off that bandwagon, so to speak. 3 games at this point in the season feels a little heavy to me. I thought maybe if anything, it might be a game, honestly. Just because, again, I know he has a history of playing physical, playing tough, but to my understanding, he doesn't have a history of being like a dirty player. So I think 3 games is a little too much. But am I surprised? No, I'm not, because they protect the quarterback, number 1. Number 2, the result of what happens to Trevor Lawrence. I mean, we see Tua every year get stuck in that kind of that weird position where his arm is stuck and he can't really control his hands, his arms. So to see Trevor Lawrence get in that position and he got that because of a hit that a lot of us believe was avoidable and unnecessary. 3 games is not a surprise, but I don't think he should have got it only because the history doesn't show that he's a guy who's a repeated offender, so to speak.
Yeah, I'm gonna say my dust particle, homie.
Bring some water, homie. That's the
Um,
problem. You know what? All you drink is whiskey and you smoke cigars. So you got all that cigar smoke, all that whiskey, all that stress, all that fat from not working out, all that barbecue, probably that fire from the other day. You almost burnt up the AE. All that's just in your chest right now, your lung. Yeah, there you go. Get some water in your system because your whole chest is just
that's tequila.
lungs is done, huh?
That's tequila.
It's 6 a.m, homie.
I know. I mix it with my coffee though, homie.
Oh, okay. My fault. That makes it better. My fault. This dude is insane.
Doesn't it make it better? I don't know.
Everybody in the chat, please, if y'all care for JB, whatever you believe in, I'm a God-fearing man, you know, Christian man, Jesus-fearing man. Please pray for JB. Whoever you pray to, that's your, you know, that's your vibe, that's your thing. But pray to somebody for JB because his health is starting to concern me. I can see it already.
I'm healthy I've never been in a long time. I'm down like what am I? I'm almost 248. I'm almost a lot. I ain't been 248 since I played.
But that's because you sick, homie.
No, I'm not saying I'm healthy as hell.
They start losing a whole bunch of
my
weight.
dick bigger than yours. My dick bigger than yours. And all my shit is like better all the time. Like all my shit,
the whole
everything.
chat, all the ladies, they know that's not true. Just off of just
no, they know.
Off pure just.
Don't believe that. Don't believe that. Don't believe that.
Really, no. Just as we know.
Don't believe that shit. Baby light skin. Let's dive into this real quick because I'm going to dive into my take on this whole thing because we know I got the best blood in the world and everything like that. Oh, my God. You know what I forgot? Bailey, we got a special guest at 7 o'clock for about 10 minutes to break some news to us about something very, very, I think, newsworthy. And a lot of you guys know who he is. I forgot to mention it. Can't tell you right now. I mean, it's not like a star or nothing. It's not a star or nothing, but he's a good friend of ours.
I don't care about no star. I mean, if it's
he's a real one. He's a real one. The fans know him and like him. But he actually had something very, very interesting happen in his football game over the weekend. And he's going to come on and tell the story, which is in the news. It broke the news last night, his story. And he got a text message from the actual ref that fucked his team over. Oh, it's crazy, bro. I got to get I got a text from Bailey, so I'll send it to him. So we'll get that over. My bad. I've totally slipped my mind. We're going to get him on and break that down. But yeah, we're going to dive into the Shazir sliding deal. 3 games I'll get into it. I'll give you my take.
Yeah.
And the whole question, Bailey, take a look at that as well. The Broncos take out the Browns in a high-scoring Monday Night Football game, Smitty. Jameis Winston on his 3 interceptions. I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes is what he said.
Yeah.
Take a listen.
I know I'm better than this. I know. I'm just praying for the Lord to deliver me from pick sixes.
That's my guy, man. I love Jameis, man.
I got an interesting take about Jameis.
I love Jameis. Say what you want. Save it for later. Save it for later.
USC quarterback Miller Moss plans to enter the NCAA transfer portal. UCLA also had a couple players leave. The transfer portal thing is just a joke at this point.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah, it's losing my interest, to be honest. I'm not really interested in watching it like I used to, man. Kids just moving around like it's disgusting to me. At some point, some kids got to have some goddamn tough skin and reverence about the game and the school they chose from the gate. It's just getting to be really, really old. But that's just me, the old person on the porch, yelling at the clouds, apparently. But it is what it is. I'm not changing my opinion. DC Tony White and D-line coach Terrence Knighton, expected to leave and join the Florida State staff. Tyrod Taylor, those are the two. The DC is a good friend of mine, Tony White at Nebraska. I've known him a long, long time. He's going to be leaving Nebraska to Florida State. Florida State's trying to get a pretty good squad together as far as coaching staff. They also got Gus Malzahn to leave as the head coach. which seems to be like a UCLA Chip Kelly move where he left and went over to Ohio State, but that did not work out as well as he probably anticipated as he scored 10 points versus Michigan. Tyrod Taylor has reportedly filed an eviction lawsuit against an ex-girlfriend, Drea Michelle, who is refusing to leave the house he paid for. Interesting, Smitty. Interesting to say the least. She now, I think, is messing with Jalen Green for the Houston Rockets, and I think she got even a kid with.
She does have a kid. They're together. They have a kid together, a baby. So
bottom feeder, homie. I don't get it. So so this broad is squatting then.
Well, yeah, I guess in essence, yes, because it's not her house.
Yeah, not in essence. She's squatting.
But again, I don't know what the conversation was between the two.
She's a squatter.
As far as like, hey, this is your house. Like, it's easy to look back now when they're upset and they're mad at each other and get out my house, this, that, and the third. But I don't know the full conversation between Drea and Tyrod.
Please, baby Jesus.
All this going on, but it sounds from that one message that we're seeing. It sounds like she just sitting in the house all day being stubborn and just saying, no, this is my house just as much as yours. They wasn't married. So that's a big piece. JB, what's going on?
Please, baby Jesus, don't let Big Smitty defend her. Huh? Please, baby Jesus, don't let Big Smitty defend her in this.
I'm not defending her. I'm just saying
everything.
Information. JB reads one tweet and he reads one tweet, one message, and he just goes off.
Can we just talk about brass tacks about the broad, though? She's with Jalen Green, an NBA player.
Yeah.
Okay, she has a kid. This guy has money. Why are you at this other guy's house, homie?
That's why I need more information.
Let's just talk about the brass tacks of it. It doesn't even need to know about no other information. You're not with the guy. Get out of his house. You're with another millionaire because that's what y'all do. You hot millionaire dicks. And that's what y'all do. It's a bottom feeder, homie.
We're going to come back to this, man. This right here is going to be a good topic. We're going to bring a lot of time. This is almost like a pregame topic on a Tuesday. We're bringing out pregame early.
She equates to me as a fucking Hamas.
I think we got quote of the day. Contrary to belief. Question coming up soon. That's one of my favorite pieces of the show, JB. So I want to go to quote of the day next, which is brought to you by BetUS.
What up, what up, what up? I am here for BetUS. BetUS is now powering the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty as our proud new sponsor. Head on over to BetUS today and bet all things Major League Baseball. We're in the thick of the playoffs. NBA is getting ready to start up, and the NFL is right dab in the middle of the season. You can bet it all on BetUS. Short, fast, skinny, tall, they bet it all. And make sure you use my promo code CoachJB and get you 150% off, up to $2,000 on your first bet and up to 125% off on your second and third bet if you choose to do so. Plus, you get insurance protection and gambler's protection on both second and third bets. So make sure you head on over to betus.com, use my promo code CoachJB, and make it happen. BetUS, the best offshore book in the business. Head on over there today. Is that proud new sponsor of the Coach AB Show with Big Smitty. BetUS. Go check it out. Peace.
Yeah. Quote of the day, man. The best segment of the entire show. Big Smitty's favorite segment. Yesterday, you was on fire. You was on fire yesterday. You had 2 top fivers. Let's see what you're going to bring to the table today.
Does Drea really have a kid the same age as Jalen Green? Anyway, quote of the day brought to you by BetUS. Smitty, never underestimate the power of belief on the road to success.
I like that right there. That's a good one. It's not a top 5 or top 10 or a top 20 or top 30.
It probably is, but the way it's just real mild, and you're not ready for that mentally. You're not.
No, listen, it's really powerful. I like it. Everything can be top 5, top 10, top 20, top 30, top 40. It's probably a top 100 quote of all time, but it's a good one, though, for sure. It's powerful, has good meaning behind it. It's smooth, and people in the chat need to hear that. I appreciate that.
Say it again. I'm going to say it again.
Okay.
because it's calm. It's calming Tuesday's quote.
I like that. I like the calm.
Never underestimate the power of belief on the road to success.
Okay.
So a lot of you don't believe on the road when it gets bumpy and you got to get off the road because there's a tornado coming.
Mm-hmm.
You got to make a left sometime to get away from everybody turning right, and you lose the belief, the power of it, and then you get up going towards success, and then you're like, damn, I'm glad I never forgave and never forgot the power of
that's important. I mean, belief is everything. I've learned. I was talking to my girl the other day. I said my confidence has changed so much from when I was like a young person to where I'm at now, and I've saw how my confidence elevating has also elevated my life. Because if you believe that you can do something, your mind and all your actions and your steps will move in the same direction of that same belief, and eventually you will accomplish that thing or get closer to accomplishing that thing, which makes you better. So it's all connected. Once you say
let's get contrary to belief real quick before our first guest of the day comes in here.
Yes,
we haven't seen in a couple weeks because your Hamas homies from Colorado hacked us. Let's dive into contrary to belief. Brought to you by Prize Picks. Head on over there and use the promo code Coach JB. Smitty, here's a better one for you.
Okay.
Your success tells everyone how hard you have been working without ever saying one word.
I like that.
Contrary
That's top
to
32.
belief.
That's top 32. Like, you ain't even got to talk, JB. They gonna look and see what you're doing. Like, people be looking at me like, dang, Smitty, you doing a JB show with JB? You got BetUS, and then I saw you at Fox still, but then you was interviewing Maya, and then I saw you over here. They just keep seeing me just do this. They don't know what I'm on. But they know
I cut you off last play because you were talking too much. I cut you off, so I apologize.
You do it
we
again.
got our first guest. We got our first guest jumping in here, and it is Doc Talk Tuesday. Dr. Jesse Morse with all things injury updates, NFL, and maybe someone else. I don't know. Doc, what up, Doc? Good to see you back here. We got hacked by the Hamas, and we're back.
What's going on?
What you making haters, huh?
Yeah, you know how it is. Mostly Colorado fans, I think.
Is Hunter going to win the Heisman or what?
I don't think he deserves it, but probably.
So I was looking at former 5-star, 4-star, 5-star recruits. He was the number one recruit in 22, I think. 22. Like number one over the whole country. I'm still trying to figure out how he got to Jackson State.
Dion knew him. Dion knew him and all that stuff. Yeah,
bad boy.
Yeah, Dion got him. He got him from going to Alabama and Georgia and all these other places. He got him from going to all those places.
I wish he played at one of those schools because of the level of competition he would have faced weekly, I think would have changed people's. I mean, the pedigree is there. We know that, right? I mean, there's no question about that.
Yeah, that's the only question I had too. Like, man, I would have loved to have seen him. That's why I actually wanted to see him in the playoff because I wanted to see him play one of those teams. And Smitty and I mentioned that before. That would have been great to see him go against, a Georgia or Alabama or whoever's in the tournament, Texas. I don't know. That's just.
Yeah, I mean, the talent is there. That's no question. I mean, I think he's going to probably want to play two-way. He'll make more money as a wide receiver, but he'll get on the field regardless.
No doubt.
But no, it sounds like you pissed off a couple of the right people or the wrong people, depending on who you ask.
What I think? I think it was hackers being hackers, and I think some ass clowns found out about it and jumped on it. That's what I really think. I don't think.
I'm glad you're back. Hopefully, Turkey Day was good.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I cooked it all up. Smitty didn't come, of course, but I cooked it up, and Smitty has family come in though.
My mom and little sister pulled up, surprised me, man. I haven't spent Thanksgiving with my mother in years, so it was good to see her. But I'm tired of Thanksgiving food. Like, if you still eating leftovers today, that's a problem. You
can.
No. That's all again thrown out. We got this is a crazy week in Miami. This is I'll talk about that in a sec. This is our Basil week, if you've ever heard of that.
Yeah, in Miami.
In Miami, this city, it's like they hit the traffic button 4 times last night, bro. It took me like an hour to get home, and I live 5 miles away.
One of the companies I work for, Players Company, I got some people that's representing the company who's going out there. My guy Sheldon Day, this is bye week for the Commanders. He's going out to Miami, I think, later this week, I believe, and it's some little panel or something. I know Art Basel is a big deal.
It's all over the city. I'm going tomorrow to a function. I'm supposed to meet Jay Balvin. and some other people. You could be in 30 different places over the weekend, and they're all different popping. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But there's some good
the
games this
hour
past
traffic
weekend.
dock is every day here, by the way. Throw that out.
I felt like this week is a little crazy. The snowbirds are here too, so it's
No
a little
doubt.
chilly here. It's 60 right now.
Hey, this weekend might be a boat weekend for me here. It's just 77.
Ooh.
It was 80 like last week, so
It's 81 here. 81 here.
We cold. You got to see people with parkas on.
Will the boat be ready by this weekend? That's the question.
I don't know. I'm gonna find out today because I might have to do it because 77 degrees in December.
Mm.
Come on, man. You can't beat that. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Smitty's scared. Smitty won't go on the water. He's scared of water and dogs. But other than that,
I got an extremely busy weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm hanging with all the stars. Keyshawn taking everybody out on Friday. Saturday, I got another event. Sunday, I got Red Bull event. Then I got a homegirl birthday party. My whole weekend's already playing.
See, there you go. I'm gonna be
girl?
Yeah.
Your wife know about her?
Yeah, they cool too. I ain't listen. I'm real. Like I'm.
Your wife going?
Pushing.
Your wife's going to it?
She got to work this weekend. But she's very aware where I'm going. She's cool with the girl. This is the home girl. It ain't nothing like that. Stop.
Hey, Doc, what's your promo code for your vitamins? We got people buying them. They've already got some shipped to them.
I appreciate that.
Code right now?
No promo code yet. I'm just we'll set you up with one for Coach JB. But right now, Amazon's being a pain in the ass, so I just have it on my site, allnaturalrelief.net. But we're working on stuff. Hopefully, you guys are appreciating it, feeling it. I'm trying to save people's kidneys and stomachs and livers at one at a time.
Man, that's huge, man. You said allnaturalrelief.net?
Yeah.
I heard what he said, man. Tap in, do your research, go in, support Doc. He's trying to make you better. But kind of moving on, man, to some of these, another week, another big time list of injuries. I kind of want to start off with the bigger topic. I think, with the Trevor Lawrence situation, right? Obviously, that's the biggest news right now. You saw the hit. Everyone saw the hit. Some people like myself think it was a unnecessary hit. Some people think it was necessary. He's just playing football like JB. But from what you saw, what's your reaction? And what do you think, the effect will be on Trevor Lawrence? I mean, he kind of looked like Tua after the hit. As far as
exactly. He looked like Tua. He had a classic fencing response, which is a brainstem injury response. You could see the arm and the leg. One arm went one way, one went straight, and the legs kind of do the same thing. He was able to get carted off and sitting up in a cart. He tweeted that night he was back home. But long story short, he had a concussion, and the question is, how long is he going to be out? Jay, I think Coach and I agree on this sentiment that the way he slid, it was kind of indifferent to the defender. Like it's almost like baseball where you have a 0.2 of a second to decide if you're going to swing or not.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with a lot of the running quarterbacks now is they're good at running, so they can get that extra yard, 2, 3, 4, whatever it is, and they kind of, hey, I'm going to pretend to slide. But now you see the ramifications of that pretend to slide. He doesn't know if he's going to slide or if he's going to fake slide or if he's just pretending to go down. You have to make your decision and then tackle accordingly. Unfortunately, the timing between when he started to slide and when he started to tackle was so quick. Yes, we can slow it down and it looks, that's eternity. That's a half a second. That's so fast. You can't, if he slid head first, okay, no question. It was obvious, but he didn't, and then you have guys like Josh Allen, good luck trying to tackle him, so it's tough. Al Shazier is a heavy hitter. He's a thumper. He's been around the league. He's a very good player. He actually went to my alma mater. And unfortunately, he just got dinged 3 games for it. Was it quote unquote headhunting dirty? Probably not. Was it just unfortunate 0.1 of a second, half a second too late? Probably. But the decision has been made, and maybe they're trying to make a little bit of an example out of him. But I think they also need to teach the quarterbacks or whoever, if you're going to give yourself up, make it blatantly obvious. Don't do half-ass, because the defender has to decide what they're going to do. If not, like, why didn't you tackle him? Well, I'm afraid to get a fine and 3-day game suspension.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't even know why we're talking about it. Like, he has pads on. The last time I checked, he's free game. If he breaks the pocket and is out there running like a running back, I don't even know why it's a discussion. And I played the position. I coached the position. It's mind-boggling to me that we're even having this discussion. The white kid, Cooper DeJean, hit Derrick Henry head up in the same manner, but he just didn't slide, and there's no discussion. It's a great football fucking tackle by a little white corner. You see the difference? You see how?
Yeah, but JB, when you don't slide, we always known it. If you don't slide, if Trevor didn't slide and try to run him over, then it's a whole nother conversation. Then it's
no,
free.
It's not. If he would have tried to run him over and he hit him, he still would be labeled something else. I'm telling you, bro.
I disagree.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I think it's not that he slid. You give yourself up. They can send a defenseless player in that position.
Doc, what's he? Yeah, I don't agree. I just think if you got pads on, fuck, what are we, pussies? See, we grew up playing quarterback as a grown man, not to contrary to Smitty's belief. We weren't pussy like y'all are now. So we liked the contact. We wanted it. These pussies now are so scared of being hit. Why are you in pads? Put flags on them. I'm so tired of it. What is the ramification of it, Doc? Would you even consider, if you were guiding this man moving forward, would you tell him to just sit out the rest of the year? They're out of it. There's no show. I get that you got paid. See, I'd be telling him to play if he's healthy, but I can see now in the soft-ass generation, we'd tell him just to sit out the rest of the year, even though you got $220 million. Is that what you would advise?
So, I mean, he's already had his fair share of injuries this year, right? He just came back. That was his first game back from missing a couple of games with his shoulder. Non-throwing shoulder. The problem is, if he clears the concussion protocol, we're in the same situation as Tua. You know, essentially, I mean, the history is not as severe, but if he didn't take that hit, would he have suffered the concussion and at the same threshold? Probably not. You know, I don't think he's at a lower threshold like say Tua, where you barely hit him and he does the same thing. I don't think we're there. You know, but could this have lowered his threshold? Yes, I think that's fair to say.
But Doc, are people talking about the hit? The hit is not what gave him the concussion. The slide gave him the concussion. He knocked himself out, and I don't believe anyone's really listening to what he did. The hit was a forearm shiver to right here, and his head hit the turf. That's what.
Yeah, it was the recoil. I actually saw a really good video,
and that's because he slid like this, Doc. When you slide like this, your head's gonna do what? And he took that hit the head, and that's basically what it is.
Yeah, it was a combination between the way he slid, the hit from Al Shazir, and then the we call coup contra coup, the reaction, the energy back into the ground, which then caused him to have it. So, long story short, it was a combination of the events. It was a justifiable level to a concussion, meaning it wasn't like when Tua just kind of randomly ran into dude and he had a concussion. Like you could justify this hit. It wasn't crazy like some of the other ones are like, you know, that was a bad hit. You know, it was just an unfortunate one. I think realistically, this could go either way. Could they shut him down? Oh yeah. Could they say, hey, he's only missing a game and coming back? Yeah, I think that's possible too. So, you know, I don't know which way they're going to go with this. We saw Austin Eckler have his second one of the year and they shut him down immediately. Yeah. So, and that was surprising to many. So each team is unique. Each concussion is unique. Some people take them a lot more seriously than others. So we'll have to see. There's been defenders that have 5, 6, 7 concussions in their history. You know, they just don't get the same label as someone like a Tua or someone because they're on a different stage and a different platform and they're, you know, the most prized position. They're all playing with fire. They know that. That was what they signed up for, unfortunately. So it'll be interesting to see. I wish him the best of luck. Hopefully he is able to clear the protocol and didn't have any long-term ramifications of it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the good thing is that he did get up pretty quickly in terms of like, you know, and he was able to, you know, have his senses and was able to get up on his own compared to some other back concussions that we've seen before. But what else, Doc? So obviously outside of Trevor Lawrence, what else happened this weekend, man? I see you shaking your head.
So there's what do I got? 68 guys on my list right now.
68.
McCaffrey.
Hey, Doc, I know we talked yesterday, Doc. I was trying to see, do you have like a top 5 most significant guys and the least worried guys? Like
Lawrence was on there. McCaffrey, Jordan Mason, Breece Hall, J.K. Dobbins, CeeDee Lamb, McConkey, Downs, Devonta Smith, Taysom Hill, Dallas Goedert, and Dalton Kincaid. Those are my guys that I'm worried about that are impactful. Everybody's impactful, but they're the most impactful in my opinion. McCaffrey with another season-ending injury, this time to a knee, very similar to Dalton Kincaid when he landed directly on his flexed knee and sprained his PCL. A lot of people sent me the video of his left calf. Basically, it looks like it was exploding. I think that's just the nature of looking at tissue. Yeah, right there, seeing the tissue move, but it was his right knee that he couldn't plant on, and he knew something was wrong. This is a grade 2, just like Puka had. This is literally Puka's injury. The timing of it is just unfortunate. He won't be able to return this year. And we didn't know until yesterday that Jordan Mason, his quote unquote backup, suffered a high ankle sprain. We didn't. I mean, it was the weather was a hot mess. So you couldn't really appreciate it. We don't even know which ankle it was to. But he's, I wouldn't say done for the year, but he's done for at least a month. So that might as well be the year.
Doc, on the macro scale of things, is CMC done? His career over?
He's in his decline.
I would think it's over.
I mean,
when you say it's over, JB, what do you like retire after this year?
I think he's done. He'll never. What? You can't pay him, Smitty. What are you paying him for? He can't play, homie. He cannot play.
He had two amazing seasons back to back.
He had one after being traded. He's not. He's been injury prone since Stanford. Like, let's just be honest. This guy is an injury walking guy, and I couldn't pay him. He's one of the main reasons why the NFL running back gets paid and why they don't get paid. That's crazy. Think about it.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, he makes a lot of money. He's really, really, really good at what he does, but the nature of the position is high risk. And this is like the year of the veteran running back. We got Saquon, we got Derrick Henry, we've got Joe Mixon. We've got Josh Jacobs. Aaron Jones is looking good. Like, all of these guys have managed to stay healthy. And the one that has the most volume or the most wear and tear, unfortunately, is the one that has not been able to play more than 3-4 games or whatever it was. Will he probably come back next year? Probably. Can he handle 200, 250 touches? I don't think so. But I get it. I mean, the problem is you want to use him 10, 15, 20 touches a game because he's so elite. But that's a double-edged sword. That usually leads to him not being able to stay healthy. Whether it's a fluky play like this, whether it's a wear and tear injury like his Achilles. I use this analogy a lot for him. He's like a 2022 Lamborghini with 300,000 miles on him. He's got a lot of volume on, even though he's young, not quite Todd Gurley. That was more of a cliff, more so due to his knee injury in college, and it just came back to bite him. McCaffrey is just more a myriad of injuries: high ankles, Achilles, now PCL. He's had a fair share of injuries. I posted his injury history the other day. He's got several instances where he missed 4, 5, 6, 7 games. That's hard to do. Mostert is probably the only one that comes to mind that's done that, and Mostert was an undrafted free agent, right? He was never expected to be as good as he ended up being.
Yeah.
Jordan Mason, unfortunately, is probably done for the year, so that means that's Isaac Guerrero. But I think this team is pretty much done. I don't think they can make it. Realistically. Yeah. But
they're done.
Long story short, the running back situation changed, and then Breece Hall is kind of went underneath the radar, along with Aaron Rodgers, who looks a shell of himself, unfortunately. Breece Hall suffered a pretty significant knee injury the week before their bye. We didn't hear a single thing about it, nothing, until Wednesday of last week. Do not play. And I'm like, all right, you just came out of a bye. We didn't know about any injuries, and all of a sudden you're do not play. Then we hear on Friday, it might have been Saturday, they said, hey, this injury is more moderate than mild, and we're surprised that he's able to even suit up. So I'm like, oh boy. So that's why I'm like, hey, you kind of have to roll the dice with him on Sunday, but avoid him in betting because this could go either way. And you saw he didn't really do a whole lot. Allen got some work. It would have been in his best interest to sit that game, but he didn't, and kind of got two mediocre players as opposed to one good one. And now the question is he going to be healthy enough or more effective this week? And I don't know. He's probably going to be healthier than last week, but is he still? What percentage of normal is he? And this team's not going anywhere, right? This team's done. Is it possible they shut him down? I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is the last couple of games you're going to have with Rodgers, probably. I think that ship has sailed.
We'll see. I mean, Rodgers said, he still decided he want to come back or not, but it sounds like if he did come back, he wants to stay with the Jets. But I don't know. I don't know how they keep him there. But
they need to get rid of make him not have the option. Real quick, Doc. My Rams out here. Tyler Higbee, right, tight end.
Yeah.
Any update on him? And then
he could be coming back this week. He had that ACL late last year. They just kind of started talking about him about 2 weeks ago. So, and we're into week 14. So that's a long journey. The ACL guys didn't do the best this year. Chubb looked okay. He kind of got lucky last night. What a great game that was. He hasn't looked very good. Not surprising. We've seen most of the other running backs and wide receivers struggle. Kendrick Bourne has struggled. All the ACL guys have really struggled this year. Even Hawkinson hasn't looked very good. And I thought he would be decent. Higbee's probably going to be more of the same. Cooper Kupp didn't do a whole lot last week. But Puka continues to command that team. Lad McConkey is a beautiful name to discuss. It sounds like he's got a knee sprain that may be more mild than moderate. So week 14 is up in the air. And he's been incredible. Go figure, him and Brock Bowers were in the same team last year. They both look incredible. CeeDee Lamb re-injured his shoulder after dealing with back and foot injuries. He re-injured his shoulder last week, shut down for most of the game. Probably play this week, but you very well could see the same situation if he re-injures it. Josh Downs, unfortunately, was not able to go with a very similar AC sprain, probably a little worse than CD's. And Devonta Smith, it was too risky to play him since they're going to head to the playoffs. You can't have a Debo or a Nico Collins, Mike Evans re-injury situation. And then J.K. Dobbins, unfortunately, had a pretty advanced MCL sprain. They shut him down for at least a month, which will probably derail his Comeback Player of the Year award, if I were to guess, which is just super unfortunate. And then Taysom Hill suffered a pretty significant left knee injury, ACL, probably a fracture, a multi-ligament, if I were to guess. He's 35. He's been incredible when he's been healthy this year. But I think he's done for the year. Or he is done for the year. And that may be his career.
He might be done. Yeah, he might.
Yeah, it's hard to come back at 36 from an ACL. Ertz did it a couple of years ago, but I don't think he was that old. I think he was 32. And you've seen, when he's that Swiss Army knife. So if he's not just running routes, he's throwing the ball. He's running back so it's hard to come back. Dallas Goedert with an advanced knee injury, probably more moderate than mild, so he may miss a couple weeks again with a different injury this time. And then Dalton Kincaid hasn't been able to get back on the field. I don't know if they need him right now, but nonetheless. And how about that play from Josh Allen with the Amari Cooper? That was beautiful.
He's balling right now. MVP potentially. So.
And then Hollywood Brown should be back in 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. I hadn't even thought about Hollywood Brown.
What about Devontae Smith for the Eagles fans, real quick?
I think they're being really careful with him. He's still about 20-30% re-injury risk. So I still think this week is a little risky.
I know the Eagle fans want him because they're playing as well as about anybody. Them and the Lions.
Yeah.
It looks like a two-horse race in the NFC. So, Doc, appreciate you, man. Taysom Hill, this will probably end his career or end his run in New Orleans, I would figure. He's been there his whole career. He's been this hybrid guy that everyone's always wanted to see. He just seems to be like that guy that's just not good enough to play quarterback, not good enough to play running back, full-time. What a great talent, but it just seems like he's been a tweener his whole career and just missed the ball somewhere. Like it's unfortunate to see this guy get injured like that.
He has a crazy injury history. He's had 3 Liz Franks fractures.
Yeah.
and Clay went to BYU back-to-back years. I think it was. I have it in my injury history somewhere.
Yeah,
He's just had a crazy injury. He's broken ribs this year. Like, he's had a rough year. But he, when he smashes, he goes nuclear. Unfortunately,
I know, going back before you leave, you mentioned Austin Eckler, but I know all the Washington fans, they're in the hunt in the NFC, a playoff run. What's Eckler's deal? Like, it's just.
Well, unfortunately, he suffered his second concussion in about 3 weeks, so they put him on IR.
I was there. He was gone.
So it was a bad hit too. That was a bad hit. Like, I saw him, like, oh, he's done. That's it. There's no questions. And unfortunately, it's kind of like Slay's hit from a couple weeks ago. But we saw Chris Rodriguez look pretty good. We saw McNichols look pretty good, and then Brian Robinson was just tearing things up. He looked really good this past week. And then Jaden just balling again. He had a lull for a couple of weeks, but now he's starting to run the ball again. Him and McLaurin are on the same page. Ertz is helping out. Like, that team looks good. I'm excited to see what they can do. And my Patriots, I'm kind of happy they lost in the last minute because of the draft pick situation. But that was a good game too.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, and as long as they don't draft Travis Hunter, I think we're okay. But I don't want to have to decide what he's going to play. I prefer an offensive tackle at this point because I'm completely sick of him running for his life every play. I mean, the kid from Arizona, the Tarantoa, the wide receiver, looks incredible.
T-Mac.
Yeah. Luther Burden just announced yesterday. We'll see where he ends up going.
Missouri's best ever.
Yeah, so we'll see. I think
y'all need a lot. I feel like whatever y'all draft is going to help.
Yeah, I know. I think they have to.
You got a quarterback, I think. You got a quarterback.
The kid looks good. He makes some good decisions.
Like
every time it's fluky stuff. You got that. You're gonna have that.
You got a quarterback. Well, Doc, it's been great. I appreciate seeing you again. We'll see you Friday for some updates as we get into closer to the NFL playoffs, as we get closer and closer. And then we'll talk some college football as we get closer to the playoffs as well, and see who sits out, opts out, or comes up with some fake injury and a reason why not to play in a bowl game. So I appreciate you. We'll see you Friday.
All right, guys. Take care.
All right, brother.
Sir, see you. Doc Talk Tuesdays. Gotta love it, man. You ain't
Doc
getting
Talk
updates
Tuesday.
anywhere else.
We got a lot going on, man. Ryan Day is on the thumbnail because, he's we're going to dive into it, man, because we got to dive into it. I know, but we got to do the poll question real quick, and we're going to go members only right now. So DMV living, eat a dick. Biatch. Get your ass out of here and become a member, motherfucker. All you do is talk a lot. Call you Doc Talk a Lot, motherfucker. Take your ass home somewhere. Go tell your mama to make you some eggs and grits, motherfucker, because I know you live there. Let's dive into members only chat because in about 10 minutes, we're going to have a special guest on to break down a very interesting story. And then, but right now, we got poll question. We got a poll question. We're going to take a few callers, a few members only callers.
Drop the link. Drop the link. The link is in the chat right now. We gonna answer first, and then y'all gonna put the link.
We'll do it real quick. We'll do a poll question real quick. Have a few. We'll take two callers because we're running late. We're gonna take two callers today.
Let's do it. First two to call.
Two callers for there. G
Wizzle. JB, what's the poll question?
Poll question, Smitty. Should Jameis Winston be the starter in Cleveland going forward?
Ooh, for me, this is an easy one. I say yes. Obviously, we understand the money and all that stuff, but move that to the side. Let's see, like, what does your eyes show you? My eyes show me that the team plays harder when Jameis is at quarterback. They're more motivated. For me, it's the intangibles, right? It's the leadership, it's the speeches, it's the fun that the players are having out there. I feel like with Jameis out there, they have a chance. The offense is putting up points. The offense is sustaining drives. Now, does Jameis make a mistake here and there that could destroy you? Yes, he does, but that's part of the risk you have to take with him. I'd rather have a quarterback who can go out there and throw for over 400 yards, throw multiple touchdowns, keep the offense rolling, versus a quarterback who can barely throw for 200 yards, will still throw a pick or two and not get any offense sustained, have bad body language, the team's not motivated. So, yes, Jameis Winston should be the starter for the rest of this season and moving forward. Excuse me, not the rest of the season, moving forward.
Yeah, not this season. This season,
of course, this season. But
moving forward, he's on a one-year deal. Does Cleveland re-sign him? I guess is the
Yeah. Well, this season, of course, he's starting because Deshaun is out. So I just messed up. I mean, for the rest moving forward. Yeah, Jameis should be the starter moving forward.
Listen, I'm going to be the guy that's going to go against you because here's the thing. Everybody loves him out there, and he's this guy that just is such a sound bite waiting to happen and all this shit. I'm done. It's over. The fun and games are good, Jameis. You were cool. All that bullshit is over. I need to win football games. You're not the guy. You're too high risk, high reward. Throw for 500, sure. Throw 2 pick sixes, almost 3 pick sixes to end the game, by the way. It just can't happen. Can't do it. Let's take the first caller real quick. Brandon Hood. What up, Brandon?
Be Hood.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So,
shout out to you, brother. Appreciate
you. Thank you for your service.
Hey, no problem. Hey, so I'm a Broncos fan, and watching Jameis at the end of the game had me so nervous. Jameis will win you a game, but Jameis will lose you a fucking game.
He does
no doubt.
So
if you re-sign him, if you're the brass in Cleveland, are you re-signing him next year?
Yes, you have no choice because the dudes actually look like they like playing with him. You know, now at the end of the game, everybody got mopey and in their feelings, but you know they're gonna fight for him. Now at the end of the year, if he's still playing like this, they're probably not gonna want him there. But outside of that, like I would just do it. I mean,
where you at? Can you tell us where you at?
I'm in North Carolina. I'm not deployed. I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, got you. Hey, shout out to you, brother. Appreciate the call, man. Call back again.
All right, we'll do. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, my guy.
Here's the thing, man.
The brother agreed with the brother.
More caller. TJ's calling in.
Hey, Book of Horns, by the way.
Horns.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
You re-signing him if you're a Cleveland Brown GM? Are you re-signing Jameis Winston next year?
I don't think so. I like Jameis as a person, but to be real, you gotta go for a quarterback in this draft. It's bad over there. It really is bad. You got Grapey on one hand, and then you got Goofball on the other hand over there. I like Jameis Winston, but at the end of the day, I'm not looking for a goofball. I'm looking for a franchise quarterback in Cleveland. And they have been missing that piece since Baker Mayfield, in my opinion. So,
I agree.
Go back into the draft again and try to start over with another young quarterback. Something that the Cleveland Browns have failed every single time they went to the draft and tried to get a new young quarterback, whether it was Johnny Manziel, whether it was even later in the career trying to trade for RG3. They messed up the Baker situation. It's like I don't believe in curses, y'all, but it feels like Cleveland Brown has a curse over them when it comes to the quarterback position. Like, this is ridiculous.
TJ, appreciate the call, man.
Thanks, TJ. Appreciate you. I don't know. Colt McCoy, it's like the list goes on and on.
There's not a guy in this draft, though, Smitty. There's not a guy in the draft. I wouldn't draft one of those guys in the draft at quarterback.
That's my point, JB. So okay, you don't trust Deshaun. You don't trust the draft. So, yeah, if you could make some big-time trade and get like Dak or something, cool. Do that, of course. But if that's not on the table, I think Jameis is just your best option.
Yeah, I just think that's no option then. It's just I'm tired. The thing is, man, everything he says is now getting to be cringeworthy. I look at it as a fake-ass good boy syndrome. We all love him for his sound bites, and we love this, and we love that. But at the end of the day, man, it's going to get lost in translation in the NFL locker room with grown men trying to win football games. At the end of the day, this whole he's a great guy shit and this soundbite shit is going to get real old in the locker room. I've seen it happen. I've seen it before. You've probably seen it too, Smitty. At one point, it's going to be like shunned upon, and we're going to be like, man, enough's enough. We got to win some fucking football games now in the man's league. This isn't Pop Warner. So, it is what it is. I don't believe it is, man. So that's just me. That's just me, Smitty. I think they need to move on. And who can they move on to is the question. That's really the question. So
that's the problem.
But I think Jameis Winston gives you heartache and gives you hope only to let you down every game. I think if you continue to go this route for the next year or so, that's just my opinion. If you re-sign him, I think you're going to have this great hope and heartache. because he's just so
up and down.
And then the soundbite shit will be old, man. It'll be old. I'm just telling you.
Who you gonna go with? Danny Dimes? Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
See the answer?
Yeah.
We'll see, man. I don't know, man. But yeah, that Browns team is too talented to not be out here, rolling and looking good. So I don't know. We'll see. The Browns are going to be the Browns. That's what it always feels like to me. They kind of remind me of like the Clippers. If you compare them to basketball, it's like no matter what talent they have on that court, on that field, or whatever, the Browns are going to find a way to lose games regardless. And if you're going to lose, at least have some fun out there. That's kind of how I have it lined up. So, but we do have a thumbnail, JB, and the thumbnail is Ryan Day, and the video and the picture says "fired" with a question mark. And the people want to know why do we have this as the thumbnail? I figured you had a quick take that I heard you wanted to say. So I wanted to lay it up to you, baby.
Real quick, because I got something to say about this Ryan Day thing. I believe, and I hate advocating for people getting fired, I believe he should be fired. And there's one reason why.
Mm-hmm.
You have failed the quarterback position. You have failed. You had C.J. Stroud, and you didn't win a natty, a loaded roster. You had McCord, and McCord you said wasn't good enough, Smitty.
Mm-hmm.
And you let him go. He just beat Miami and looks really, really fucking good since he's left. Let's just be honest. He looks really good since he's left. He has Heisman numbers. Yeah. Kyle McCord has Heisman numbers. Can we just be honest? He has Heisman numbers in Syracuse, Smitty. And you lost with him. You cannot continue to use the Kyle McCord excuse. And when he threw Kyle McCord under the bus, I thought that was the last straw for me. I think they need to move on and go get better somewhere else. And that's just my opinion. I think they need to go try to take that risk. I hate taking the risk. But I got to be honest. TikTok, hold on. I got to be honest. I think that's the risk they have to take.
Grass ain't always greener on the other side, JB. I will say that. 10-2, 11-1, making the playoffs, whether you finish or not. That's pretty dang good. I'd rather do that than go, 8-4 or whatever the other situation may be. I mean, we see what's going on with Bama. Obviously, different situation. Nick Saban retired, but they go on and get another coach who we all respect, and Kellen DeBoer, and Bama does not look like Bama who we're used to watching. So my point is, it might not be Ohio State may not be finishing at the top of the top, but it doesn't mean it's going to get better. You know what I'm saying? Like I said yesterday, to me, the only way he keeps his job, though, at this point, to your point, or at least, let me say this, the only way he puts himself off the hot seat, let me say that, is if they go out there and win the Natty this year. If they lose in the playoffs, especially like in the first round, and you add that to another year of losing against Michigan, I think it'll be a problem. So, but we shall see, JB. We shall see. It is 7 o'clock.
We keep saying that, though. We said it last year, too. We got to give him one more year. How many years are we going to give him?
No, I'm with you. That's what I'm saying. If they don't win this year, I can see him getting let go, or I can see the seat being extremely hot to where, he could lose his job middle of the season next year type situation. So, time will tell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Bailey, I sent you a DM as well. And let's dive into this next guest, Smitty. This is a shocker to everybody because this is we're a real show. We wanted to give some real insight. A lot of you know this man, a good friend of mine. Smitty, you know him.
Yeah.
Bailey, you know him. Let's bring our main man in, coach, comedian extraordinaire, our main man, Cisco.
What's going on,
Cisco? What up?
What's going on, guys?
Orale, I say.
Orale, man. Rough 72 hours, man.
Hey, let's dive into this, man. You made national news. Nobody may know because you're Mexican, but let's dive into it. Real quick, you're the head coach at a high school here in Southern California. You go to the playoffs. You go on a run. You make it to the CIF championship this past Saturday.
Yep.
And explain what happened.
So look, man, before I go into it, I just want to say that a lot of things went wrong. But I'm explaining to you exactly what happened. JB, you coached. Smitty, you played football. Basically, it's fourth quarter. We stopped the other team on fourth down. It was 4th and 1, 4th and 1.5. They decided to go for it. They could have kicked the field goal to tie the game. They decided to go for it. We stopped them. My outside linebacker and my inside linebacker. They ran that 32 personnel the whole game. Yeah. And they just went heavy, and they ran for 300 yards on us. But on that fourth down, we came up. We stopped them. So we get the ball. It's 27 seconds left in the game. They got 2 timeouts. Okay. Game's over. Because they could only stop the clock twice. Game's over.
So you're winning. You're going to win.
Yeah, you're up by 3. 27 seconds left. They got 2 timeouts. It's over. Okay.
We got, we're up 36-33.
Yeah.
So, first play, my quarterback, he's a sophomore, takes a knee out of shotgun. We're at our own 10. He takes a knee on shotgun, so he takes a knee at the 5.
Okay.
And then I'm like, hey, man, you got to get up under center. You got to get up under center. You can't take snaps out of shotgun. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll do that. All right. Goes back, second down. They call timeout. Sorry. We take a knee, they call timeout. So they got 1 timeout left. It's second down. Takes a knee. One of their kids tries to hurdle between the guard and the center. Two referees throw flags for unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, you can't jump. Yeah.
That's a 15-yard penalty, first down. Game's over.
Yeah.
Some reason, White Hat waves. They send the kid off the field. White Hat waves off the flags. Says, I'm waving off the flags. I go, hey, man, why are you waving off the flag? He's like, look, I'm just waving it off. There's no need for that.
Yeah.
Doesn't give me no other explanation. Before every down, the referee always points, right? First down, second down. He doesn't wave. He doesn't say it's third down. He just steps back, says, wind the clock. Here's a mistake my player made. He went up under center and took a knee. He didn't let the clock run.
Oh, so they called another timeout.
Well, they called timeout. The sticks say second down.
But it's really third down.
Hold on. Okay. So now it's supposed to be third down. It was really third down, yeah. So the stick said second down when the kid jumped. The stick said second down when he took a knee. So now, we're getting ready to take that last knee. Game's over. He goes, it's fourth down. I go, wait. What do you mean it's fourth down? Even the referees holding the sticks were confused. Everyone was confused.
So before you say the rest, you ultimately you're going to get fucked here, but this is what the ref sent you in a message, correct? So, Bailey. This is what the referee sent you.
Not the referee, but one of the main people involved
sent you this text.
Yeah.
Well, I got to read. Well, for the audio listeners, I got to read it out loud real quick. Being a leader sometimes sucks. Accountability comes with the task. We failed you and your kids last night because there's no way what happened should have occurred. I will come do whatever you want and address your kids and parents. Nothing I do or say will make it better, but I will fight to the end for you also. So let him finish his story so we can bring it all full circle, because that message is just adding more like.
So I'm like nervous. That's where the drama ends. I'm going to tell you where our fault. It doesn't end right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now it's fourth down. we have the ball on our own 2-yard line. 3. I don't know how the hell it ended up at the 2-yard line. From the 10 to the 5 to the 2.
Well, the first time your quarterback, you said, took the shotgun, so I put it to the 5, and then probably the next knee, you would think it'd be at like the 4. The worst. But
So, anyways, 8 seconds left. I call timeout on 4th because he says it's 4th down. I call timeout and I go, yo. I call timeout because the clock stopped anyways. They stopped the clock. I call timeout right after their timeout. And I'm like, wait, what's going on here? It's 3rd down. He goes, no, it's 4th. You took a knee. You took 3 knees. I waved off the flag. And I'm like, well, I'm confused, bro. I'm confused. What's going on here? So then I look at my coach and I go, well, my offensive coordinator, I go, well, we got to see if we can run the clock out. See if I tell
how much time's left?
8 seconds. I said, you got to run out 8 seconds in the end zone.
Oh, that's tough.
I go, we'll take the safety. Just run it out.
Okay.
So he gets the ball. He runs around. Clock runs out to 0. But they said he stepped out of bounds before the clock went to 0.
Okay.
So they put 1 second back on the clock.
And you're up 1 now.
And we're up 1 now.
And you got to kick off.
You got to punt it, though, right? Kick it off.
We got to kick off. And this is the crazy, dude. Let me tell you something, bro.
What the hell?
Kids are kids. I have a video I could share where we yelled in English and Spanish. Down the middle. Kick it down, squib it down the middle. Real quick. And I said, squib it at the first guy, let it hit him. Because once it hits him, clock starts, it's over. And I'm not trying to put it on the kid. I mean, these are 16-year-old kids, 15-year-old kids, man.
Yeah.
For some reason, he turns. A lightning could have struck the scoreboard, and it would have been more believable. He turns and kicks it behind my guys running downfield.
Wait.
No, hold on.
Turns his whole body towards the sideline and kicks the ball towards the sideline and backwards.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. So
we're kicking off from the 25. Hold on, JB. Hold on.
Listen, we're kicking off from the 25.
Everybody lined up.
So yes. So Mike
telling me this man.
If I send you the video, you'll see my kids running and then turning around because the ball is going behind them and going like, what the like?
Okay, so the ball's dead then.
So the ball's dead at the 20, but they also get a 5-yard penalty. They move it up to the 15.
They're 15. Your own. They're 15.
My 15. So they line up. 1 second left. They kick a 32-yard field goal and win the game.
Oh. There's no way, Smitty. I've never heard.
That's what I said. Hey, a lightning could have struck the scoreboard and it would have been more believable.
And this made Sports Illustrated news. This made all kind of news. I know you have issues with the refs and the rule. Sounds like you still should have won the game if the kicker just kicks it down the
field. My thing, JB, is, a lot of the kids got caught up in the celebration. It was 2 timeouts left. They figured we won the game. It's over. 27 seconds left. Now, and I'm not making excuses, but normally, I don't know if you've been involved in this, JB, before. 27 seconds left or 22 seconds left. Second down, there was 22 seconds left when the kid jumped and got the unsportsmanlike conduct, which was waved off. A typical white hat would just lift the ball and say game over because you don't want to fight to break out.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
And they can't win the game. They only have 1 timeout. He waved it off. And I'm going to tell you, one of the referees that threw the flag, I won't say which one, looks at me and says, I don't know why he waved off my flag. That's my flag. And you sent the kid off the field.
That's my question. Who sent him off the field? Was it the opposing team's coach or the white hat did it?
The white hat.
So how can you send a player off the field but
and
not
wave off the
throw a
flag.
flag. That like two things can't be true in that situation. You either no flag, keep him on the field, there's no penalty, or
bro,
keep him on the field and there is a flag. You can't do.
By this point, I had Gatorade dumped on me and everything, man.
Oh, I mean, it's all over the internet. LA Times, Chatsworth, in perhaps the wildest ending ever in a city championship football game, scores twice in final seconds to beat Southgate for Division II title.
Yeah. So
you guys can Google it. It's everywhere.
Yeah, like you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this.
I gotta see the video of the punt. And again,
you got the video or no?
I got
the video. You want to see it?
If you can send it to me, I'll send it.
Yeah, I gotta see it. And again, like you said, we understand. Hey, I've done crazy stuff before when I was playing.
You know what?
I've never seen it
because I feel bad for the kid, man.
Me too. That's what I'm saying. I do want to protect the kid. I know.
So what did he do? What did he do? Just
I'll send you the video in private, and you can see it.
We can do it that way. We can do it that way.
Hey, so what did he do though? He just made a bonehead kick. Did he?
Okay,
just
because so look.
So he's ready to kick it off like this. We're going this way. He's ready to kick it, and he just kicks it.
No,
this
he
way?
turned the other way towards us.
Like all the way around, JB.
Like, kick it this way.
No.
Yeah.
So did you ask him why?
No,
we don't have to know who he is, but
why? But here's what I'm assuming, JB. Like, you know, I have kids, a lot of kids that don't watch football. You know, we coach kids that don't know football. I think my only assumption is he thought as soon as I kick this, there's 1 second left, the game's over. I'm gonna kick it as far away from them as I can.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's what I'm thinking.
I get it.
But I'm going to send you the video, and you'll see the video where we're saying, hey, el medio, down the middle. I said it in 2 languages, man. Make sure he understands.
Did he respond when you said it? Or he
nodded his head. Yeah, I got it.
He speaks Spanish only, or?
Nah, he doesn't speak in Spanish.
I just want to make sure that, hey.
I just want to make sure.
English.
I said medio. One of my coaches said medio. You could hear it in the video. I'll show you because it's from the sideline. One of the team managers was filming it because she was excited. She thought, oh, game's over right here. So she wanted to get the end of it. And it was just all you hear is you could hear the crowd in the back go, whoa.
Oh.
So the worst part, man, is people don't know. And I'm not saying, you know, like I'm not telling you guys, oh, we come down the middle, it's his fault. No, it's all our fault. It's still, I mean, I still take accountability that no one told the quarterback, hey, hold up, let the clock run out.
Yeah.
But, you know, he just got up. He's like, you know,
excited. Yeah,
he's way over there. Yeah, he's
the
excited.
bottom line is it's negligence because they didn't have enough timeouts to stop the clock on first down.
Yeah,
the game should have been over after there's 2 timeouts. Go ahead. It should have been 3rd down, and the game should have been ran out. You should have took a knee, and then the 4th down play wouldn't even have mattered.
That's exactly what I said.
So it's negligence. It's malpractice, referee malpractice. I've been in those games like that. I get it.
And the referee, before every down goes, first down to the sticks, 2nd down. After he sent the kid off, he just backed up. He never pointed 3rd down. The stick still said 2nd down. The scoreboard still said 2nd down.
That's crazy. I guess the ref just assumed that he said, since I picked my flag up, there's no flag, so it's the next down.
Yeah, they can't do that.
They can't do that when
They can't just have everybody assume, oh, we know what you know.
Yeah, there's no way. And then as far as when you guys were trying to run out the clock, I don't know if you had a chance to go back and look, but did your player, did he actually step out of bounds for sure? Or
he barely stepped out of bounds. You know, you replay these moments in your head because you're like, man, this is the last thing you expect to happen.
Yeah.
But you replay these moments in your head and you're like, man, just let them tackle you. They would have tackled you, the clock run. But the clock did hit 0. But they said they blew the whistle before it got to 0. The white hat again.
Unfortunate.
What high school did that white hat go to? This is my last question.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It sounds a little.
This is a crappy way to make Sports Illustrated, I'll tell you.
Man.
You might have a Netflix documentary after this, though.
Hey, all the shit you've done. Last year's record at Southgate, your first year, tell them what it was.
We were 0-10.
And this year, you guys go to the CIF finals. Kudos to you.
I mean, I still feel we were what 8-6, man, 8-6. But you know, I feel like my kid. I feel bad for my kids because, like I told them, I said, look, man, my kids come from a community that gets marginalized, that they don't have much success in their life. They don't have many good things happen in their life. And you tell them, hey, you know what? You work hard, good things will happen. Mm-hmm. And then this gets taken from them. So how do you look them in the eye? I mean, basically, you look like a liar to them. Like, coach, I told you, no matter what I do, bad things will always happen.
I know in the moment the players might feel that way, and they don't want to hear this right now. But if you take a step back, take a deep breath, this season still was a huge success. In terms
that's what
of
I told them. I told you guys are champions, guys. I go to overcome what you overcome. To overcome being 0-10, getting laughed at, being made fun of, and to get this far and to, I mean, you basically won the game. I mean, just the score doesn't say you did.
Hey, Coach of the Year candidate, man. Good
no, I would have gotten it had we won.
I know. I said candidate.
My only thing was, I wish they would come out publicly and say, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
We messed up. There was a screw up, but the rules are the rules. And based on the bylaws.
Right now, I know you're hurting, and I know everybody watching.
I'm good. We're over it. I told my kids, hey, there's no need to be ashamed.
So this Saturday, then you'll be at Football Palooza with our next guest, Steve Kim, and Ports and all the boys, because we're gonna play poker, and then I'll clown you in person.
All right, man. I'll send you the videos. You can check it out. You're gonna be
shout out, man. Good job this year, brother. I wish I could have came, man. You'd have probably won. I fucked you.
I know. Freaking JB never shows up, man.
That's Jason for you.
He only shows up to Super Bowl winning safety coaches, man, games.
Yeah.
I'm closer than Weddle.
No, hell no. You're fucking Chatsworth. That shit would have took me 6 hours.
Oh, listen to him, Smitty. Does he say that when he invites us to his house?
Never. Right.
Cisco sends me videos. He's in traffic for 4 hours.
You should see the text. Where is there always traffic when you come?
Right.
Crazy.
Smitty never comes over.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, Cisco, we'll see you Saturday. Come through.
All right, thanks, man.
I'll pay for your gas.
All right, brother. All right, then, sis.
Later. Hey, from one legend to another. What a crazy story, man. Let's bring in our special guest, Korean Cosell, the co-host of the Jason Whitlock Show, the co-host with Mario Lopez on the 3 knockdown rule. Go find him on YouTube every single day. Our main man, the Korean Cosell, the Silver Fox, Crouching Tiger, Hidden Gems, Steve Kim, joining us.
That picture's crazy.
Morning,
hey, what up?
Morning. What's going on?
Man, Saturday, we're going to give Cisco a lot of shit. I don't know if you heard that story, but he made Sports Illustrated for the wrong reasons, man. What a story for all the Mexicans. Orale, for all the Mexicans going to the finals. God, unfortunate way to lose. I can't believe that story. But anyway, Steve, we got a loaded lineup for you.
But another team that had an unfortunate way of losing is the U. So we've been waiting. We didn't really talk about this yesterday, Steve, because we knew you were coming on today.
Hey, Steve, can I give some context real quick?
Go ahead, JB.
I want to give you context. I overdrank myself in the morning cooking, and I knocked the fuck out over here in the corner. And the game was on. And JC, good friend of Steve's, came over, boxing guy. We're chilling there watching the game. I'm in and out. I wake up, and Miami loses, and Steve is in the corner over there, and it's just a bad day.
Well, I don't look. People think, "How am I doing?" I'm fine. I
don't give a fuck.
Hey, people, I make a good living working very few hours. Trust me. People say, "Hey, are you okay?" Guys, I'm fine. Mario Cristobal's the one that needs to feel bad. Look, 21-0. I said, okay, I think we have enough of a cushion to overcome our own defense. And when I said, if we make a stop here at 21-0 and we continue to run the ball, we might get out of here alive. And the way Syracuse just went bang, 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 21-7 in about 2 minutes, I said, uh-oh, here it comes. And this is where, again, I think I don't want to say agenda, but the Heisman campaign of Cam Ward got in the way of what's good for the overall team. That is a game where Damian Martinez needed to get 25 carries and you grind the clock and you shorten the game. Because how do you protect an awful defense? Keep them off the field. Damian Martinez had 10 carries. He averaged 8.4 yards.
That's crazy.
And we had 2 or 3 drives in that first half at the end where I'm saying, guys, we got to score here because we're not stopping Syracuse now. You could just feel it. And it's interesting to hear these Miami fans come up with all these scenarios. Are we a playoff team? Are we going to be the 12th seed? And I'm thinking to myself, guys, I think the season's over. Because this is the reality, and I know some fans and maybe people in the program, they're not going to like hearing this. That team does not deserve to be in the playoffs. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to go Jim Mora here. Playoffs? Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? You lost to 2 double-digit favorites in the month of November. And I hate to say it, goalposts are not safe when Mario Cristobal's team come to your city. I'm just going to say it. When Mario Cristobal visits your stadium, bring extra security because fans might be rushing the field. That's the reality. And I'm going to say this about this year's Miami defense. At every level, there's an NFL guy or two. There is, as bad as it was. I have never seen a more poorly constructed or schematically flawed unit ever. They don't look well coached. We don't look like we have football IQ. And quite frankly, we're a little bit slow in certain areas, which I've been saying since the Cal game. Now, here's the issue. They could have lost to Virginia Tech. I was at both those games, and I said, we have some issues here. And there's a coach that says if it's not okay in losing, it's not okay in winning. And it never got any better, this defense. And the whole plan was, let's just keep scoring 50. Over time, you're not always going to score 40 or 50. But you know what, Darnell, you know who that coach was that said that?
Who?
It's Mario Cristobal. I didn't say it. You did. Now, I think he has a very interesting situation with this coordinator, Lance Guidry, because, look, I'm not a football expert. I'm a layman. I'm just an average jabroni with an opinion that happens to like the U. But, and again, this is where you have to learn how to defer, shut up, and learn something. Guys like Roman Marchante from the Orange Bowl boys played the game, does great videos breaking down football from a schematic standpoint. He understands the game. Coach Hayes, the beloved one. You've been on a show last year, JB. He coached Division I football. He knows the game. They have done videos breaking this down. We're out leveraged. They don't handle the jet sweep motion. They don't understand handing off crossing routes. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, don't take my word for it. Take the word from it from people that actually coached and played the game. But even with me, if I go to a restaurant and I get food poisoning, well, the chef doesn't get to tell me, well, how many Michelin stars do you have? Well, hey, brother, man, I got salmonella and I'm shitting out my pants for 8 hours. It's not a good meal.
Right.
So I don't. So when Miami fans are talking about the playoffs, I'm thinking, guys, you must be masochists. Because basically, out of the teams that are in it, I was looking at the roster, at least 10 of them would put up 50 points on us. And if we play in a cold weather situation, our guys are going to act like they're in the Arctic because, quite frankly, we're not very tough about that, and they're going to act like they don't want to be there. So God's honest truth. I think we have to be more honest about this. Was a good year. It could have been a better one, but Mario, you are the leader. You have some tough decisions to make because I believe what is going on with that defensive side of the ball was unacceptable. I was not asking for the 85 Bears. I just wanted something slightly below average. Okay? So we didn't win the ACC. We're not in the ACC final. And now we're campaigning. And again, I'm going to go back to Jim Moore about the defense. To paraphrase, we couldn't stop the run. We couldn't stop the pass. We didn't try to stop the pass. We couldn't stop diddly poo. And that is the story of the 2024 Miami Hurricanes.
That was beautiful, Steve. That was a beautiful soliloquy, monologue, whatever.
That's what I do.
I want to go back to that picture because my next segue to you is the thumbnail here is Ryan Day. Ryan's having a bad day. I believe that man on the bottom down there,
Fran,
is responsible or will be responsible for getting Ryan Day fired. And the reason I say, you know why I say that, Kyle McCord has Heisman type of numbers this year, to be honest. And this man right here failed that guy and has yet to win a title with guys like CJ Stroud. Kyle McCord, he booted out. He's got a guy this year who's a hubcaps on a Lamborghini. I believe it's time for Ryan Day, Steve. And that's
well, Whitlock and I talked about this yesterday. You're not going to fire Ryan Day right now. You really can't. They're going to make the playoffs. And short of winning the national title or maybe getting to the final game and then being very competitive if you don't win, in my view, there's a lot of Ohio State fans, they want out. They want a new coach. And I suggested yesterday on Fearless in the city of Columbus with the Ohio State, it's time for some urban renewal. Let bygones be bygones. Urban renewal. Bring back Meyer. Bring him back.
7-0 versus Michigan, Steve.
I wonder, does he want to get back coaching? Though I wonder.
I don't see why he wouldn't. He's been away for a couple years. He's not an NFL guy. Look, Ryan Day has an excellent record, and we'll talk about it later in the top 5, bottom 5. But to lose 4 straight games to Michigan is a job killer. That's what happened to John Cooper. He had some loaded teams in the 90s, just could never get over the Michigan hump. Michigan cost them at least 1, if not 2 national titles with great teams. But you bring in Chip Kelly, and that was one of the worst conservative, scared game plans ever. Because after they threw that interception, that speed out, where Will Howard just threw the ball late and way too inside, and it set up the first touchdown, they got so scared that they were 3rd and 8, and they're handing the ball off thinking, just don't fumble. And I'm thinking, oh, you're playing right into Michigan's hands. So look, when you spend $20 million, which is the most expensive and loaded roster in college football, and you don't win the Big Ten, you're not even in the Big Ten title games, and you may or may not win the national title, that'll be the most squandered money this side of the Kamala Harris campaign. You had to cash in, and you couldn't do it.
Let me ask you, though, Steve, what's the difference between his heat that he's taking and James Franklin at Penn State, who's never beat a top 5 team in his tenure?
Expectations?
I don't see it.
But Ohio State was the presumptive number 1 team in the country. Nobody spent the way they did to keep most of their roster, because a lot of that was about roster retention, what they spent. But you added Judkins, who will be in the NFL. Caleb Downs will be a top 10 pick at safety.
But this is year after year, Steve. Ohio State.
Look, that's why there's heat. That's why there is heat.
I get the heat. I just think James Franklin deserves a little more, and that's a good friend of mine.
Well, people are giving him heat, though. There does seem to be some agitation. Now, James Franklin wins a couple of games in the college football playoffs. Guess what? He maximized his ability. The one thing about Penn State I don't like, they could really use an O.J. McDuffie or a K.J. Hamler. They are just really limited outside. Against certain teams, their inability to stretch the field is going to cost them, as it did against Ohio State.
Yeah. You know what, Steve, before we move on to the next topic real quick, I want to ask one more question back on the Miami side.
Yeah.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like at the beginning of the year, coming into this season, when you found out you guys were going to get Cam Ward, you were a guy that was basically saying that, hey, like if Miami can consistently score 30+ points, I think that was a number that you would throw out.
Well, I said 40.
Really good.
To be an elite college offense, you have to score right at the edge of 38. 38 and 45 puts you at number 1 generally. That's what LSU did last year.
And you guys did that. But now it's crazy. It's like it's the defense that was the problem this year. It's like you corrected one thing, and the other side messed up. It's just crazy.
Look, I'm just telling you, you watch the breakdowns from guys like Roman from Orange Bowl Boys, and I retweet him a lot. Coach Hayes. It's amazing what motion does to this team. And also, their alignment's bad. There are plays right off the bat. You're like, a run to the right side. We don't have enough guys on that. I'm just telling you, we do not have high football IQ. And that's another thing. When Mario Cristobal and this staff starts evaluating and giving offers, they better have some frank discussions. Is that guy stupid? Jimmy Johnson once said it best because he took some risk, and he once said, if I ever take another dumb guy, punch me in the head. It's the truth.
Yeah.
I look at some of our players, especially on the back end. They're unplayable. They should be nothing more than special team gunners. The other thing is, and I'm going to make a post about this later, our defense was so bad it actually overshadowed how bad our special teams was. We have a great kicker in Borregales. He has an NFL future. Our punter is pretty good. Not great, but he's good. But our return units and our coverage units are poor. We look like a team that does not put any emphasis on it. And
that's coaching.
It is. We didn't break off any real good punt returns because, quite frankly, and everyone blames our returner, Ray Joseph, but we don't set up any type of pressure on the punter, which then affects the ability to actually set up returns. I was taught something by Don Solinger, great Miami coach, won state titles at Southridge High, and I spoke to him about a month and a half ago. He said, Steve, now he was the special teams coordinator back in the Miami glory days of the early 2000s. He said, Steve, my philosophy is very simple. You want to have good punt returns? You always have to put pressure on the punter. Because if you do not, that punter gets that extra half second and extra step, and he'll bang the ball. And not only that, the kicking team, if they know you're never going to rush the punter, they are not going to hold their blocks an extra half second. And he goes, my philosophy is I am always going to bring pressure on the punter, and I'm still going to be able. And he had another great line. He said, Steve, they used to tell me, well, you set up all your returns to the right. The other team knows where it's going. And he said, yeah, you know what's really important, though? That my guys know where it's going. So, and then I look at we gave up kickoff returns for touchdowns that swung the momentum of games. That should happen one time, maybe every other year. That happened twice, okay? Another time, we gave up a fake punt where I'm screaming at Shaun King. I'm at JB's. I'm like, hey, Shaun, we got to be in fake punt mode here. Gave up a fake punt. So out of the three aspects of football, Miami was bad on two of them.
Yeah, that's
cool. So Cam Ward did what he could. He did his job. So there has to be some real harsh discussions about how this team is coached and what we do forward. This was a step forward, but I don't look at this season as a success. And I think Miami fans I believe, are being a little bit unrealistic and setting themselves up for disappointment when they're talking about the playoffs, because I just don't see a way. I think this thing is so broken, and that there was such a dispiriting loss. To me, the season's over. I actually expect a lot of guys not to play in the bowl game, and Miami will, depending on who they play, probably
play Colorado.
If Colorado plays with their guys and we don't play with Cam Ward, they blow us out.
But there's no way Cam Ward doesn't play if Shador is playing, right?
Why would he, though? He's playing 12
as a competitor,
games of tape. Look, I'm realistic about. I don't expect anyone to play anymore if it's not a playoff game. I don't know nothing I can do about it. I'm pragmatic about it.
I told Whitlock yesterday on his show, I hope Dion's the one that saves it. I hope he gets guys to his son and Travis Hunter play. And then Cam Ward, after all the summer hoopla that when they worked out together, and he would be forced to play almost. I would think.
Saying, like, if he was to sit out and Miami gets blown out, like maybe he doesn't care.
I'm with you,
as
but
a competitor, that's a bad look.
But I'm just saying we had two opportunities. I went to the Georgia Tech game, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, Georgia Tech's actually underrated. You're up 21-0. And I'm just telling you, this is where, as an offensive staff, you have to say, we don't give a damn about Cam Ward's numbers. Damian Martinez, I know exactly what Damian Martinez got. I'm going to keep that to myself, and I'm going to be like, you're going to earn your money today. You're getting 25, 30 carries. There were 2 or 3 drives at the end of the first half where I said, I think we may have lost the game. And Lance Guidry, if it was my program, I'd say, Lance, I like you a lot. I don't like you as my coordinator anymore. And I'm going to try to find out exactly what's going to happen there. I have no confidence on that side of the ball. I really don't. It's the worst coached unit I've ever seen at Miami. And we've had some bad defenses, but I never got the sense that we weren't sound schematically or fundamentally. We never leveraged the ball back inside. We do not set the edge properly. And we have several players I don't think have a great understanding about the game of football. And I'm just thinking these guys should be nothing more than gunners on special teams. It is what it is. But look, here's the thing that is alarming. I thought Miami played a really, really good game against Florida. They have not really played a complete game since. And if you peek at game one, that's not great coaching. A good coach improves the team.
Yeah.
Or the team gets better. The team gets better as the season goes along. South Carolina's gotten better.
Yes, they have, but that's with the red shirt. That's with the red shirt freshman quarterback. And so
their coach is advocating as a Heisman candidate.
Which he's not at all. Stats ain't even close, but I appreciate you doing that for your player.
Yeah, but I mean, all of these
his stats are pretty good.
Are trying to talk me into being excited about the playoffs, and I'm like, guys, I'm not even excited. I'm a realist. My life, I've kind of moved on here. I'm good. I'll watch the playoffs. I have to talk about it, but I just look at this and I'm like, we have to recruit a different type of player. Quite frankly, ones that are more intelligent. I just see things and I'm like, man, you must not watch a lot of football or care enough to actually study. I watch this. So I mean, I have a theory in life. If you're not going to be great at your job, you can't be bad at it. And we have too many guys that are bad at it. So
the problem is they don't look at it as their career anymore. We used to approach college football hoping for an NFL career. Now they go to college football and act as if it is a job. And that is the difference between a job and a career. They don't think about this in a long-term, lifelong goal anymore. This is all the video game, social media era, I believe, has ruined the absolute career dreams of these kids. I think they just think it's a job because they get paid NIL money now. And now it's a job at the college level. At 17 to 21, you can make $3, $4, $5, $8 million in the Shedeur Sanders, Cam Ward instance, and Caleb Williams instance. I just think it's a huge thing that we've set up for failure. I get the kids get money. It's cool. But listen, remember, no one's talking about the 90% of the kids in college football making $500 NIL deals either. No one wants to talk about that.
It is. Look, Miami needs to upgrade in the secondary. Probably need to get a couple more linebackers. But the reality is they're going to need another quarterback.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, Mario just can't go portal hopping every single doggone year. And I believe starting with Luke Nickel, he'll have his homegrown quarterback. But look, Mario's a hard worker, very good recruiter, although this class is kind of fraying at the edges. But to lose twice in November when you know that these games are vital, right? And I thought the Syracuse game was the one game we had to play old school crystal ball football and shorten the game with the run game. And I feel bad for Damian Martinez. He gets so much heat from our fan base because I don't think they understand those runs that go from 4 yards in the first quarter where you beat up a defense. There's a reason why the young freshman Jordan Isle was busting runs late against Duke. Easy. Fletcher and Damian Martinez body punched a defense into submission. And Damian Martinez, I actually think has been very good. I think he's averaged almost 6 yards a carry. And there's so many, and we don't have a really what I would call a versatile run game. Everything's kind of an inside zone in between the two tackles. His ability to turn 3-yard gains into 5-yard gains and to move the pile forward, there's an incredible value to that really is beneficial late into the third and fourth quarters. And I thought he was starting to bust out and he had that one run that was taken back on a very questionable holding call on Jalen Rivers. But I kept saying, let's feed this guy. Let's keep going. And then here's another thing. We had 1st and goal from the 4. We were down by 7 with about 6 minutes to go. And I said, that ball has to go to Damian Martinez 3 times. What do? We throw the ball. And then Jacoby George, another 15-yard penalty because he cannot handle his emotions, and it's about him. I kind of blame the coaches because that's about his 10th or 12th penalty doing that. You never should have let it get to 6 or 7.
Steve.
So, again, do we have tough guys? And Jacoby George, I'm kind of done with them. It's like, God, hey, buddy, you are so easily baited. You hurt the team, and you finally cost the team. Should have never got to that point.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be tough. Here's my take. I'm starting to feel more and more vindicated on my take as far as college football being watered down more than ever. And I think in 3 or 4 years, now that Kirk Herbstreit and these other people, Whitlock, are seeing what I've said 4 years ago about the NFL to come true, they're going to say the same thing about this college football expansion. In about 3 or 4 years, they're going to say, JB's called it out year 1. This is the joke, and it's starting to show, and I don't think anyone's seeing it. The only reason we're even discussing Ohio State, Alabama, and Georgia today is because
the 12-team playoff. Yeah.
It's a 12-team playoff expansion, and that is clearly what it is. And I got another take now. The teams like Miami, Alabama, Georgia are now playing at a level to where it's setting them up for failure because they think they can get in the playoff because they play in an SEC and they have a longer season now. They may play 4 more games. They're pacing themselves, and it's bad for the optic. It's bad for our eyes as fans to see this because now people think they're pacing themselves, or players are doing it, and coaches don't know. Coaches don't know the players are pacing themselves to stay healthy or not go all out. I'm telling you, Smitty, I'm seeing it with my eye.
I think the product has looked really good. I just disagree. I think it's been a really good product this year from what I've seen at the college football level. I'm a big advocate on the 12-team playoffs.
Smitty, Alabama lost to Oklahoma.
It's what it is. That's part. Okay, that's because the portal is good players everywhere. That's gonna keep happening.
Well, Smitty, the question is this: do you give more respect to a team that played 12 to 13 games but had to essentially be perfect, or a team that can get through a 16-game gauntlet that might lose a game or two? Because if you look at the 95 Huskers, the 2001 Hurricanes, and even the 2019 LSU, those are probably 3 of the most talented, dominant teams I've ever seen. They were undefeated, but again, they didn't have to play 5 extra games either. Right. Chances are they may have actually lost the game if you have more chances to play.
As a player, I'm trying to tell y'all, you're not. I'm trying to dominate every single week. I want to win because I hate losing. And I every time I go on that field, I'm putting out film for the next level. So I'm not going out there half stepping because we got extra games. So I'm gonna go out there and half pass.
Our era.
No players thinking that, y'all. I promise you.
This ain't our era. What do you mean they're not thinking it? I've been told specifically by players they're thinking it. You play 17, 18 games and get paid up front? You don't think they have an investment issue? Come on, man. You don't think they're worried about going to Bali or whatever countries they want to go to because they got paid already? I disagree, dog. I don't think they have the investment in their bodies.
I think majority of players still love the game. I think there's a handful of guys like that, like it's always been in your era and other eras as well. There's always going to be players who only do it for the money, but there's still majority of players who actually love this game and they still do. I think it's overblown. I think we're over-exaggerating this.
I agree with the majority, Smitty, but not the minority who are getting paid the majority of money. Let that sink in. The minority is getting paid the majority. The majority is not getting paid. So think about the investment as an overall landscape. If 90% of college football players are getting $500 to $1,000 NIL deals, what do you think they're looking at these players making $5 million in the locker room at week 9 and 10? They're getting their ass beat, and they're like, shit, I'm not really going to go all out for this dude. Like, I'm telling you, it's a problem, man. The 12-team playoffs, the worst shit I've ever seen, and there's only teams involved right now.
You didn't even see it yet.
Well, let's see it first.
I'm telling you what we're seeing.
I mean,
but
come
I'm telling
on.
you what you're going to
see.
I'm already telling you. I'm already
Coach, I will say this, because I agree with a lot of what you say, but the fact that there's more meaningful games in November, I've enjoyed it.
Come on.
I don't know if they are meaningful.
Why would I not care? Why would I not want more meaningful games?
But I don't know if they are meaningful.
I'll never agree with you on this one.
I don't see meaningful. I see meaningless playing more. I think this is more is less scenario. We always want more. More is less a lot of oftentimes in life. More is definitely less right now. I'm just telling you right now. Just watch. Just watch how bad this is.
All right, hey, guys, let's get to my bottom 5 top 5.
Steve, real quick, before you do that, Boise State's going to be a 3 seed. Get Get the fuck out of here. This is a
all right,
joke.
well, look, it is what it is.
Hey,
Steve,
you gotta go out there and play at the end of the day.
Yeah,
So,
Steve, we're gonna get into your list, Steve, because we got real quick before you get out of here. We got to get your list, but there's a video we showed yesterday. We won't show it again because you and I lived it. But just real quick, 30 seconds. Mike Elko not kicking the extra point. Am I wrong on my
Well, no, he didn't kick a short field goal to make it 17-10. And I disagree with you. I think Elko should not get fired, but I hated the decision in real time. I like Elko. Elko's going to win a lot of games there. He's a solid football coach, but
I don't think he should be fired. And seriously, but
you got to take the points because Texas was winning the line of scrimmage. They were. So my view is, okay, get it to 17-10, come up with a defensive stop, and then start. And then if you get the ball back, start throwing into the end zone. But I see so many games where teams are not taking the field goal. 3 points here, It happened to Miami against Georgia Tech, to be honest with you. But if you take a 3 here, a 3 here, a 3 here, guess what? All of a sudden, late in games, you're like, God, I'm glad I banked those points.
Yeah. No, that's true.
I think there's a value to scoring because this game is played by human beings. And if you go on a 16-play drive and you end up getting stopped at the 1-inch line and come away with nothing, that has to deflate a lot of guys on that sideline.
Yeah,
and if you're playing a one-possession game, right, and you kind of know, like, hey, that team's pretty good, it's going to be a 7 to 10-point game, well, then why are you turning down 3? Those actually matter.
Yeah.
You know?
Let's get into Steve Kim's top 5, bottom of the barrel, top of the world, in his list.
Final one of the year. All right, number 1, I got to give fiery Fran Brown.
Yeah.
And Kyle, no longer Honda. He's like Alexis McCord. Did a hell of a job winning 9 games. And in fact, if Kyle McCord was still the quarterback at Ohio State, they might be undefeated. But I will give Fran Brown credit. Kyle McCord, and I said this earlier in the year, I've never seen him more decisive with the football. Now, he flubbed against Pitt. Bad game, it happens. But his accuracy, his command of the offense, I think was spectacular this season. He'll get drafted, has a shot to play at the next level. I don't know how long Syracuse can keep Fran Brown, but they need to lock him up as long as possible. He is a rising star in the coaching ranks. Number 2, hail to the victors. Hail to the victors of the West. If Michigan came out and won that game, they were physical, and Wink Martindale did as good a job as you can possibly do. He had his best secondary guy, Will Johnson, out of the game, but they controlled the trenches. Now, Ohio State played into it a little bit, but Michigan, if there's ever a way to salvage a 5-loss season in Ann Arbor, they absolutely did it. And they did it with a walk-on quarterback. And think about that. Number 3, I said this a month ago. This guy is going to be a future Heisman candidate. The locomotive, Lenoris Sellers. He was the difference between South Carolina and Clemson. He gives me Vince Young vibes. I think he's got a better throwing motion. The future is incredibly bright with Dylan Stewart and Lenoris Sellers. Those are foundational players for Shane Beamer. And Sellers, to me, next year, I'm going to be watching every game of his because if he can start to just complete more routine passes, he's going to be an absolute monster. Number 4, Coach, we got to give your guy Kenny D some credit. Dillingham, they look like the best team in the Big 12. I expect them to win the conference. They've gotten better and better. And in his second year, sometimes it's Ryan Walters, sometimes it's Kenny D. And Kenny D, thumbs up, great job, forks up. And number 5, you know what? I want to stick up for flag planting. Good. I enjoyed the fight. You know what? I'd rather have that than guys shaking hands and swapping jerseys, not giving a doggone.
Yeah.
So I kind of like the fact that these guys
thought it was all for Instagram, it was all fake.
Right. No, I completely disagree. I love that. I love the fact that they were interviewing Mason Graham after the Michigan win and the fight's breaking out right, and it just ended the interview. That's great stuff. I love it. That's what makes college football fun. It never happens in the National Football League. It was like come out and play, and they did.
None of them even knew about the rivalry until Instagram showed them.
Well, they cared. Oh, yes, they did. If you played at Michigan or Ohio State, even as a transfer, you understand the importance of that rivalry. They think about it 300
because of the gram.
No, it ain't because they coach it all year long.
The Graham taught them, Smitty.
It is
They
not
didn't
the
know
Graham.
this is their 51.
Their coach, they coach it up all year long.
You don't think
They
you
were
got-
at 50. Hey, Steve, some of those guys were in the Miami-Florida fight last year.
who went 0 for 4 in his Ohio State career. You don't think this is going to stick with him the rest of his life?
No, the guys that have been there 4 years, yes.
Well,
but the majority of these guys are at 4 other schools, and they already fought 4 other times.
Well, most Michigan or Ohio State guys have transferred once. They're like Quinshawn Judkins or like Caleb Downs, but they're not getting guys on their 4th school. They're really not.
Again, JB likes to over-exaggerate all this stuff. It's not as bad as he makes it seem like.
Right.
Dave, we got to get to your bottom 5 before you get out of here.
And shout out to Khalil Mullings. You want to talk about a running back who in 2 late games, USC, and then this past week, came up with big clutch runs. He's been the best running back in Michigan the whole year. It is not Donovan Edwards. He is the guy that should have been on the cover of EA Sports College Football. All right, bottom 5. Lance Guidry. Lance, I got to be fair about this. You literally did the worst job of coordinating a defense I've ever seen at Miami. And all I could say is, where have you gone, Sonny Lubick? Where have you gone, Tommy Tuberville? Where have you gone, Greg Schiano? Now, this is a very interesting thing about what Miami might do here. 1998, coach, late in that year where Butch Davis came back, very strong season in the rebuild. They gave up 66 to Syracuse, 45 to UCLA, and then they also gave up a lot of points to North Carolina State, but they still went 9-3. It was a very good year, and like the future looked bright. And Butch Davis, who was actually very close to Bill Miller and had been there from his very first day as the Miami head coach, he let him go. It was a tough decision. And he brought in a young whippersnapper by the name of Greg Schiano. And Greg had all these bear fronts. He was running the 46, nickel and dime blitz packages, and it was the right move. If it was up to me and I was running the program, I'd make a move here. I just would. Number 2, Ryan Day. Now, this is how bad the Michigan offense was. Smitty, do you know that Michigan threw for 62 yards the whole game?
That's insane.
And I rewatched the game last night, and I was watching some other stuff. Smitty, every time Michigan and Davis Warren completed a pass for more than 5 yards, I almost felt like when you reach under your couch cushion and you find $100 bill, you're like, God damn, wow. Every time Michigan threw a pass that went for more than 5 yards, I was like, wow, they just found a $100 bill.
Yeah.
You cannot lose a game where Michigan does not have their NFL tight end, Colston Loveland. They have their first-round cornerback, Will Johnson, and you're at home. You can't lose that game, and he did. Here's a number. Ryan Day has 10 losses, 4 of them in a row to Michigan.
Yeah.
He's on the spot now. He has to win the national title, in my view. Number 3, this is another one. Overtime rule.
Oh,
What a sack of hot crap they've turned this into.
bad.
To turn this into a 2-point conversion contest in the 3rd overtime, my view is this. Since it's now pro football, just play a full 10-minute quarter. Seriously. Or if you're going to go with that format from the very first overtime, here's what I would do, guys. Instead of having the ball right at the 25, have the ball at the 50. So this way you need to get a first down to at least get in the field goal territory. I think they have cheapened the whole game by doing it the way they do.
I just missed the regular rule. Just go for 2 on the 3rd overtime and then
Right.
just play it out.
Absolutely.
California tiebreaker, Steve. That's what it's always been. 25-yard line. Go ahead. Fucking go do it. We'll alternate possessions. If you score, go for 2 in the 3rd one, and eventually somebody will miss.
Right. But the football, a lot of this game is about the acquisition of field position.
Yeah.
And when you immediately put the ball at the 2-yard line, you've cheaped. This is like having a baseball game.
2-point plays, and we're throwing every fucking ball. It's just that. Come on. It's 7-on-7. It's 7-on-7.
That's like baseball in extra innings. If it goes 12 innings, we're going to have a bunting contest. It just makes no sense. All right. Number 4, Oklahoma State. One of the biggest busts of the year. Mike Gundy. He's now about 55. He's no longer the man. What a terrible job. They started off 3-0 and they lost their 9 straight. And they absolutely laid down like an Oriental Persian rug on Friday. That is embarrassing. T. Boone Pickens, probably rolling over in his grave, wants to get his money back. If he was not an alumnus, I believe Mike Gundy, based on the job he did this year, might be on the hot seat. Although last year they did play for the Big 12 title, but he's going to have some harsh discussions about the inner workings of that program. It looked to me like the players quit on him this season. And number 5, I'm a big fan of Matt Rule. I think he's a good college coach. I think he's a great program builder. But to not have a 7-8 win season is a disappointment. And just go back, guys, about 2.5 months. If you would have told me, hey, after that game, it's going to be Colorado that's going to win 9 games, and this team's going to be 500, I would have given you 1,000,000 to 1 odds. Yep. Got to give Dion Sanders credit. He did a better job of developing that squad than Matt Rule did. And the rumors are, guys, Nebraska is going to have everyone transfer. They're going to have some real issues. And I think you have to take Dylan Raiola, and you're going to have to Dylan. This Mahomes impersonation that you're doing, it's cringeworthy. It is. No, seriously, it's bad, bro. You're like, God damn, do you even take a shit like him? Come on.
What do you say? It's uncomfortable?
It is. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me like itch.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, before you leave,
does he even want to get his dad arrested? And hey, Dad, can you get a DUI? I really want to keep. It's just terrible. No, man, it's just like, gee, just do you, Dylan. Seriously.
Hey, as you leave here, real quick, Miller Moss is leaving USC. He gave a long, lengthy, just save the Twitter messages. I'm so tired of seeing these transfers. UCLA also lost a few guys, but Miller Moss enters the portal as a grad transfer. I wish that was the only guys that could transfer. I would
used to do that for years.
I'd be all for it. But he's leaving USC. USC's losing recruit after recruit. They're not locking down LA talent. What is going on in LA in your backyard? Lincoln Riley seems to have bit off more than he can chew.
Well, okay, that's a situation that is, I believe, starting next year they are on the hot. Look, Notre Dame is really good, actually. I got to give Marcus the free man, the half crouching tiger, a lot of credit.
And the half brother, me and you combined.
Right. So from the Northern Illinois game, that team's actually gotten better. I expect Notre Dame to actually win a playoff game. They get the right seeding, they're going to be in the mix. They might actually make the Final Four, believe it or not. And this is going to kill Miami fans. Their defensive coordinator, who's done an outstanding job, Al Golden. Anyway, but SC take away that game. All their losses were basically by 1 possession, weren't they? It's not like they're getting beat 45-3 here, but starting next year, the scrutiny on Lincoln Riley will be ratcheted up, Coach. I think he's under pressure now, starting right now.
Got to be. And Deshaun Foster lost a few guys yesterday as well at UCLA. It just seems like these kids are so quick to leave. And you and I had a discussion about this to all the LA fans out here being in LA. Why can't either one of these programs in LA lock down a modern day St. John Bosco, big time number 1 or 2 team in America is right here in our backyard, and LA can't find one of these two to stay?
And you know who this benefits? Dan Lanning in Oregon.
Yeah.
If I'm Dan Lanning,
and Sark in Texas, by the way. Sark in Texas being an LA guy, getting LA kids to go to Texas.
I hate to say it, but unless Lincoln Riley can rebound next year, and I know that Deshaun Foster, that's kind of a long-term rebuild, LA is kind of dead as it relates to college football right now. There's no energy. There's no buzz for it.
We didn't even know UCLA SC was playing 2 weeks ago, and then they play Fresno and Notre Dame to end the season.
That's another thing that I hate. The years that Notre Dame comes out west to play at the Coliseum, it's always the last game for SC, okay?
Yeah.
But for UCLA, the SC game always used to mean the end of the season, and then in recent years they're playing Cal, and they didn't want to be out there last year. Then they're playing Fresno State. Are there no traditions left? God, what are they going to do, get rid of the 8 clap next? It's sickening.
So me being from the Midwest, I always thought that Notre Dame SC was a bigger rivalry than Notre Dame UCLA. Is that not true?
Nationally, it is. Okay. And for a long time, the Notre Dame game meant more because that had national implications with both teams were in the top 25.
UCLA was bad.
Right. But I will say this, in the 80s when UCLA with Terry Donahue had great teams and they'd be in the top 10, that game was big.
Yeah.
It was big, but Smitty, you weren't on when me and Coach talked about it a couple weeks ago. I'm driving around town. I'm in Montebello. I'm getting lunch, and Rodney Peete, USC great, fight on, right? Certainly a guy, a historic Trojan. He does the afternoon drive time show for 5:70 a.m., and so I just happened to turn on it, and he was talking about the game. And I said, oh, that's right. I didn't even know the UCLA-SC game was on that Saturday. And even he said, I'll be honest with you, as someone that played in this game, that bleeds the game, there's no buzz. Because I'm not even really that excited. I said, wow. So that goes to show you that the game has lost value. And if Lincoln Riley will survive this year. But if next year looks like this year, it's his last year. He's out.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys.
All right, Steve. I appreciate you.
All right. Great. Thank you so much, man. Appreciate you.
Saturday Palooza,
but I'll see you Thursday.
Later.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, it's been a crazy loaded show. We giving you nonstop action for 2 hours straight, over 2 hours. We had Steve Camden joined us. We had Doc. Me and JB having great discussion. We let fans call in. We did everything in the above. You got to give us a quick little break. JB's older. He has to take a pee.
I don't got to go anywhere.
I got to go move my car so my wife can pull in the right way with the dual threat parking situation.
I got to get ready for this.
I'm giving me a granola. What's that, homie?
I'm a keynote speaker tonight in San Diego.
Congratulations, homie. I'm proud of you, man.
I'm giving away the Coach of the Year awards to high school California high school football coaches. Eric Weddle's presenting. Shaun Lewis, the head coach of San Diego State or Colorado OC, is presenting. I believe there's some other legends that are going to be there too. But I'm there presenting with a lot of people. Yeah, big, huge gala every year, and they asked me to be the keynote.
They asked you at all people, man. Congratulations, man.
Crazy.
That's huge, man.
Go move your car. I'm gonna go get some coffee. You move your car and do all that bullshit, and then we got to come back. We got a lot to discuss here still left. And Trent Richardson, Bama legend, will be joining us as well. See, Smitty forgot about him. It's the most loaded and realest show on planet Earth. Become a member today and subscribe now on the realest show on planet Earth. We'll be back in about 5. I am back. Good things happen to good people, like I said. Plus, it's always good to know some influential people who are in your corner. That always does help. Make no mistake about it. It is No Mistake Monday. I can't shout out who helped me and who helps work with the YouTube brass and the Google brass and the Twitter or the X brass. But thanks to those guys, man, and everybody involved. My team, my backing, my agent, attorneys, you name it, we got it. I got everybody from forensic IT people that are high up on the totem pole. Starts with the F, ends with the I. Let me just tell you, they did a great job for me as well. Shout out to those guys. Much love to you. And, man, shit. You'd be shocked at what I got in my pocket. But thanks to all you guys who stuck around, didn't dip out, although I understand your worries. I understand your concerns for having your info hacked as well. Plus, the members who dropped out, subscribers who dropped and left. Trust, I have no ill will towards any of you who did that. Now, I welcome you back. So please do so. Return. Get back your membership. Get back your subscription. This is, after all, the realest show on planet Earth. So now let's address some elephants in the room. First off, the Colorado fan base. Before Dion became the coach, before this shit show of a Hollywood movie script that we all know and now call college football team, in a landscape that has allowed social media, media markets, and influencers to parade around and promote, the Colorado fan base was literally a fan base that remembers the 1990 national championship with my boy Darian Hagan, and he had Cordell Stewart and Chad Brown and a lot of legendary people. And I used to spend a lot of time up in Boulder at Colorado with my best friend Darian Hagan, and got to meet all these guys. Coach Cheverini, who's now the head coach of the Division II program, turning that place around, was the interim head coach at Colorado. Played with Matt. Mike Machete, good friend of mine, who's a head coach here in SoCal at a high school here, who was a great quarterback at Colorado. Dan Hawkins, who's a great friend of mine, who was a head coach there. So many people. Chad Brown, who's a John Muir, Pasadena, California buddy of mine who played at Colorado. So many people played there that I know. They had a hell of a bunch of Southern California ties. Compton, LA, Inglewood, Orange County, riddled Colorado's rosters, as well as it did Nebraska and Oklahoma in the late 80s and early 90s. Those were three national powerhouses, all used to dabble in the SoCal and get players, all who I grew up with. From Darian Hagan, Eric Bieniemy, my main man at Oklahoma, probably one of the best option quarterbacks of all time. Listen, I have a lot of friends at all three of those places. I have no ill will towards the original, real deal Colorado Buffalo football fan base. You guys are real fans. That was all before Dion became the coach, okay? Your fans, you guys are great. And this is not a knock or a jab at Deion Sanders, Shiloh Sanders, my boy Andre Hart, who now coaches at Colorado, Deion's right-hand man. Listen, man, you don't even know the half of my relationship with those people. I talked to Shiloh. I tagged Shiloh and Dion on my Twitter post when the ransom video came out. No knock at y'all. But you got a bitch-made fan base that has followed you. Dion, Coach Prime, Coach Sanders, it ain't a knock on you. I like what you're doing. I got billionaire booster homies at Colorado. Motherfucker started Crocs. He invented Crocs. He's the biggest booster in Boulder, in the country. But what do I know? I got great friends there. No issue there at all. I got Matt McChesney, Darren Cheverini, Chad Brown, like I said, Darian Hagan. These are all my boys. I got no issue with the real fans, the real alum, the real Colorado Buffalo fans. And remember, all you guys out there making videos about me, we're going to dive into that soon. I talked to Dion, Shiloh, and Andre Hart. And have you seen them talk shit about me? Because real recognizes real, homeboy. A coach at CU, who is a good friend of mine, by the way, Andre Hart. I tell him all the time, I love what y'all doing. But a big but, and a big but. But your prime sexual followers, who all live in Florida, Mississippi, Louisiana, who have never been to Boulder, Colorado, a little less to Colorado, probably don't know what snow is unless it's a snow bunny, who simply followed Dion because he has a big name influence in a black community. Let's just keep it funky. Y'all are embarrassing and sad. Y'all are fanboy dick riders who wish on the demise of anyone who has a difference of opinion than you. Yes, sir. We are back in the building. Hey, Bailey, jump in here real quick. What is going on with the alien sightings?
What alien sightings are you talking about?
There's we got aliens everywhere. We're about to get hit. There's aliens everywhere.
Okay.
Have you guys seen all
Where'd you see this?
Have you seen all these videos everywhere? California just saw some this morning. We got them over New Jersey the last week or so. Texas yesterday. Like they're these big ass, huge car size drones. They're saying, and they're actually shape shifting and all this shit. Like there's real videos, and people are trying to say it's like firmament, the fucking like it's water showing stars through the firm. I'm like, what? I'm telling you, it's all kind of shit cracking. I'm just telling you right now. Look, alien warfare, Lucy. Telling you, hey baby, you should do a deep dive, baby. I'm telling you, you're gonna be shocked. There's a lot of videos out there right now cracking. Some airplane saw some shit, shapeshift. They got a video. Some lady in this plane actually took the video, and they're not fake on this one. But I don't know what they are. They could be an explanation. I'm just saying, there's aliens, dog. Wow. I figured you're young ass. I figured you'd be involved in that shit.
Man, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. I did not expect you to bring me on to talk about aliens. But, yeah, I don't know.
Alien warfare, dog. Alien warfare.
I don't know nothing.
Smitty,
you heard about these aliens he's talking about?
JB believes everything he sees on the internet. Only thing you got to do is show him one little piece of something. If it looks real to him, he doesn't look to see if it was AI,
aliens,
if it was movies. Show him a little clip of something on Twitter. It's real. He's gonna talk about it. He's gonna promote it. That's why I always told JB, slow down, do your research.
Hey, by the way, Joel Court doesn't believe in any video is real. So a lady ate a cat, and she actually got 30 days in jail yesterday. So it really was real. It was real, Joel Court. She did eat a cat, and she got thrown in jail. So finally, shout out to everybody now getting thrown in jail for eating cats. I don't care. You can eat all the cats. I don't like cats. But don't eat the dogs. Don't eat the dogs. Smitty.
Wow.
All right, Smitty. I appreciate it. It was a great segue. Great segue.
Great segue to what? What's next, homie? What's next on the rundown?
Aliens are real. I don't know. I don't believe in aliens. I've never seen one. I don't believe in them, but they keep showing all these UFOs and shit. I think UFOs are us.
Yeah, it's probably like our machinery. We just testing stuff out.
Yeah.
To go to space, and that's it. It ain't nobody coming over here, homie.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know about it. I think there's something else out there, though.
Like what?
Well, I don't think there's been. So let's be honest. Do you believe dinosaurs were real?
100%.
Okay, so we got. I don't know why they're not in the Bible, but that's a whole nother discussion. But we found bones, right?
We got bones and shit. Yeah, we know they're real.
They say, I guess. So anyway, so dinosaurs are real, right? So you're telling me a dinosaur and all that shit in the ocean that we've seen or find or don't know what else is
still we still don't know. Yep.
And we got like, dogs, of course, are real. Other crazy shit, lions, elephants, all this crazy. You telling me that that's so we have all that shit, but you don't think there's something else? If that shit's real, then you don't think there's something else? I think that's what makes me think there's got to be other shit, dog. Yeah, if we made whales and dinosaurs, there's got to be some other shit.
For sure. And I always think, I'm like, why would God make all these other planets for just GP?
Or are we in a bubble? Is it like the fucking Truman Show? I don't know. I don't know.
God was just bored. I'm just make Saturn just to make it. Nah, it's stuff going on somewhere, man. So I don't know. I don't know if it's an alien or not, but it's something going on.
Yeah, I believe there is some shit out there. I don't know what, but let me see. Where's T-Rich at? T-Rich coming on?
I got an interesting text about some money or something. I got to see what they.
What's up?
Let me see.
I don't open no emails no more.
You said what, homie?
I don't open no emails no more.
You don't trust nothing.
Nah.
This is a text message though from somebody I know. It ain't got nothing to do with no email, but it's for winnable. I hit them up later, so we'll see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, read it out loud then.
Well, I'll talk to you soon as we get offline. I'll talk to you about it.
I don't want to talk to you.
All right, cool. I'll talk to Billy about it.
Well, let's get into the rest of the show. We got a loaded lineup still left. T-Rich, I'm thinking, is going to hop on. I just hit him up to make sure. I think he was thinking it was 8:30. I don't know. But can we talk about this Jon Runyan thing? So I got to be honest real quick. Jon Runyan's son is a friend of the show. He's been on the show.
Yep.
I actually know him personally. Got his cell phone. We talk here and there. Got to eat with him in Vegas. He's now, I think, a Giant. He was with the Packers. His dad, though, is one of the most dirty players in the history of the NFL. I just want to be clear. His dad.
Y'all always say this. Y'all show this play all the time.
Now, see, to me, that's not dirty because I'm actually love football. I used to laugh and thought that was football.
It's still dirty though. You know, like 2 days would be like you might like it, but it's still dirty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why when I see shit this today, I'm like, I laugh at it because like it goes from like basketball, football. It's all become like laughable to me.
You were numb to the dirty back in the day because they just let them do it. But that don't mean
we didn't bitch about it. Like we just try to get you back.
With facts, but you can still look at it and be like, it was dirty. Though. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 days, be like that play is dirty. Now, would I cry about it? No, I'm not getting him back, but I can still say it was dirty because it had nothing to do with the play.
So here's the irony, though. Like, so let's just say that guy was dirty, John Runyon Sr.
All right.
He said this for the audio listeners. Quote. And this is to linebacker Azeez Al-Shahir, who got suspended 3 games. And John Runyon's the one suspending him. Your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football and all those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it is troubling and does not reflect the core values of the NFL.
Damn.
The hypocrisy is through the roof from a guy that used to do this. Like, let's just be real, Roger Goodell. You look like a mockery right now. And I talked to Tank Johnson personally off the record. Tank was talking to Roger. And I'm not going to share what Tank had to say in confidence, but this is a joke. And Roger Goodell, you select these guys. This is an absolute joke. And I like John Runyon as a player. I like the rough play. But don't say this when you were that. I just think that's a huge issue of leadership and a hypocrisy. You can't be a hypocritical leader, in my opinion. You either do it and talk it, or if you did it, then you can't talk it. You can't come out and say that this doesn't respect the core values when you didn't respect the core values.
People can't change, JB. People can't change.
You can, but your videos show different. Here's the thing, Smitty. It don't matter. We can change, okay? We can change. But if the only thing and the last thing you know of me or see of me on videotape is that, then I can't go out and talk about I'm some changed newborn Christian when my last videos were that. Because you can't change and show you new video, right? You can't go out and get in the pads now and show that you would have did that. Your career's done. It's been over 25 years. I would just have said something else along the lines of, hey, man, we can't do it. I've been there, done it. I know what it's like. Boom, boom. Yeah. I think this is a bad look from him saying this when he was one of the dirtiest guys in what we call dirty then. I called football. But it's just crazy to me. 3 games. Did Runyon get suspended?
Nope. They probably had the next play. And I'll say this on a more serious note. It wasn't that deep. Like that message almost felt like personal. Like your lack of sportsmanship and respect for the game of football for those who play, coach, and enjoy watching it. Like, damn, like, bro, it was one play. Like, that sounds like he got a history of just not like has a problem with Azeez Al-Shahir. Like, that's not. Listen, again, I'm of the side of thinking Azeez could have pulled up a little bit. That's just my opinion. But I'm not out here demeaning the guy's character and saying he's troubling for the game, and like that's way too.
There's
deep.
a whole another thing to it too. Now it's a racial thing. Have you seen all that?
I haven't seen, but I'm not surprised. Anytime it's a white dude doing something to a black dude or vice versa, race is gonna.
No, the reason they're saying because he had on his cleats, he had like some Hamas shit. Because he changed his name. He went. What do you call it? I don't know. What's it called?
Was he Muslim?
Yeah, but I guess he wrote on his cleats like, Free Palestine, whatever the fuck. He wrote all this shit on there, and then they're equating that to Trevor Lawrence because Trevor Lawrence is Christian, and you know what I'm saying. I'm like, God damn, that motherfucker's special. Then, Hey,
Right.
he's the smartest player and the most calm and collected player I've ever seen in my entire life. He was going bang bang at a 6'6" cat, and then he said, "Fucking fuck Christianity," and then still hit him. Like, holy shit, that motherfucker's smart, fast, quick, nitty, gutty, fucking unbelievable. He might be the best player of all time now, homie.
Hey, JB, Aziz out there, he not just watching film. He's looking up your religious background, your ethics, what you believe in, when you started believing in it, and he's making a list of who he's gonna hurt.
He was fucking Trevor Lawrence the whole game. Like, motherfucker, Christian motherfucker. I'm getting your motherfucking ass.
I didn't do all that.
What?
That's JB. That ain't me right there. I don't know.
God damn, homie, that motherfucker. What is this, homie? Fucking what was that movie with Bruce Willis? Fucking where the dude pulled the heat out and shot the dude on the field. Last Boy Scout. Last Boy Scout.
Boy Scout, yeah.
What is this? Fucking Last Boy Scout, homie? Come on, man. Speaking of women.
Oh, shoot.
I didn't even mention no women.
You mention women at all. Right. You didn't even say nothing about a woman. Who you mean speaking of a woman?
Speaking of women, though. Go ahead, Bailey.
What's next? I don't even want to look on the rundown. Oh, my God. I'm gonna end up, hold on, before I even read this, I'm gonna end up meeting Mina. I ain't met her yet. I'm gonna end up like running into her for Super Bowl. I'm gonna probably be out in like New Orleans for a couple of days. I'm gonna tell you that. Doing stuff on Radio Row, stuff like that. I'm gonna end up probably running into Mina. And she's gonna just see me and just recognize my face and be on the show with you. And she's gonna like, she don't probably watch the show. So she's gonna just see me and just assume, oh, that's JB's co-host. He don't fuck with me. And it's gonna be like beef immediately. Mina Kimes, I don't know you. I have no problem with you, Mina. I don't know what you and this gentleman above me right here got going on, but y'all need to talk and squash this. Because I've been hearing your name every single show I've been on since July. I want to say it was July 23rd. Every day since July 23rd of this year, I've heard the name Mina Kimes. And yet again, the streak continues. So here's a post right here from Outkick, which is, I know, Clay Travis and his kind of his platform, so to speak. Mina Kimes says she doesn't read what people say about her on X. However, she accused Outkick Clay Travis and Bubby Burak, if I'm saying it right, or Burak, of causing racist harassment of her by posting photos of random trolls on X. JB, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know the background of this. Maybe you do. Explain to me, if you do know more, what's the tweets that they're referring to, or what's the photos that they're referring to? What's this racist harassment that she's referring to? What's going on here with Mina Kimes?
Well, Smitty, it's real simple. Haven't you seen her respond to me before?
Yeah.
Oh, she responds to me quite often. We've had over years. It's been 4 or 5 years now. People have forgotten. You guys, you see, y'all just know that now. 4 or 5 years ago, we've been going at it back and forth. She responds to me. I know she blocked Clay Travis, but she said she doesn't read what people say. You're a liar. You're a liar. I have tweets that you responded to me on.
She's talking about nobodies, JB. Hold on, let me cut you off. She's talking about she don't read what like the nobodies say. If you're like a verified journalist or somebody with you who have a huge platform and a huge following, I'm a nobody. You won't see that, homie, because that's a huge
I'm a nobody, Smitty. I'm a nobody.
You're not, but you're not though.
She responds, homie.
Your mindset is that of like a nobody everyday person. And I respect that, but at the end of the day, bro, you run one of the biggest shows in the last 5-10 years, so you're recognized at a globally state. So when you say something out loud, it has an impact on people, whether it's positive or negative. They gonna see it, and she's gonna see it. Clay Travis is a long-time journalist. I think he still do some work with Fox. Shout out to Clay Travis, whatever. He has a strong opinions on certain stuff that you either hate him or you love him, but a lot of times you're listening and you're paying attention. So when someone with a platform says something, yes, she's gonna see that. I think what she meant by this is like she's not looking at the random regular, just everyday, just folks that like literally don't have a platform. That's how I took it. Leave her alone at the end of the day. Leave Mina alone. This wasn't even like a talking point. Leave Mina Kimes alone. I get you don't like her. She don't like you. Squash it. That's what it is.
I don't
She ain't a man. If she's a man,
I forgive. I don't forget.
If Mina was a man, I would say go fight her. I would say meet in the ring, go box.
But you see, I'm from the real hood. You're not from the real hood. You're from like a country.
Move on though. Like the hood I'm from, like
none won't be none.
Yeah, but
none won't be
the hood where
none.
I'm from, if we got real beef, we gonna go handle it. And then it's handle it and we move on. You can't handle that with me as a woman, of course.
You're okay with her coming at my black kid.
You've been showing her for a year, so
you're
at
okay.
some point,
you're
gonna do it forever?
Yeah. You can't even talk.
You're do it forever?
You're okay with her coming at my black kids 4 years ago, but now all of a sudden it's okay because it's forgotten, right? Nah, I don't forget, homie. I forgive. I don't forget.
So for the rest of your life, you're gonna be at her neck for the rest of your life until you die.
Yep.
So you could be 70 years old, Mina could be 62, whatever the age gap is, and you're gonna still be Mina Kimes.
Yep.
You're gonna have a cane and glasses. Mina Kimes,
No doubt. Because nothing never got done. My kids got fucked over. She was a big, huge talking head about it. She lied. She didn't even know the facts.
Her platform wasn't even big at that time.
Yeah, she was. Her, Sarah Spain, they were all still on ESPN, homie. Me, L. Duncan, I call
Stop. I got you. Stop.
Skeletor. Yeah.
He still said it after I told him to stop. You know what I mean? You like a badass kid. Like I know you was hell in school. Like when you was growing up, I know your days to whoop your ass. Like I know he
never
did.
got massive though. Never got massive.
Rest in peace to Pop. Rest in peace. I know he's a whoop your ass because you just one of them kids who just kept like ADHD. Like stop, Jason. Jason, don't
I know
do that.
G Wizzle's pocket of pussy that he gets has to be some of the worst pussy, probably, Smitty, you and I have ever seen. I would bet G Wizzle fucks dope head pussy, fat white bitches, and the worst possible pocket of pussy in the world. G Wizzle's, that's who he's fucking. Because he thinks Mina Kimes and L. Duncan are baddies. I'm just telling you.
That's his type, homie. JB, listen, this might shock you. There are some women out there that could look at me and think that I'm unattractive. I know. But my point being is there's a flavor for everybody. There's people that everybody for somebody. So just because they're not your type, don't mean it ain't his type. There's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, D Jones, I've seen L. Duncan with no makeup up close next to her, homie. Trust me, she's fucking horrific. Let's dive into the next part of this show, Smitty.
You know these women got brothers, dads, husbands, and they gonna see you in public one day. I'm just letting you know
what does that mean?
I'm just letting you know that.
Have you ever known for me to dodge and duck and dive?
All I'm saying is this, homie. I don't know who they family members are and they men and all that stuff, but if I'm put in their shoes, right, and let's say L. Doug is my little sister or whatever the case may be, and I see this, I see the repeated like comments, right? If I see the person in comment who's going at my sister, I'm going to check them. That's what I would do, but we'll see.
Oh, she commented. I thought she didn't read comments. Hey, Smitty, I got a flip coin to that.
All right.
Your sister talked about me, motherfucker. Now I'm hollering at you too, homeboy. Now what?
That's cool. That's cool. All I'm saying is be ready for all the smoke.
They got brothers and daddies and motherfucker, I do too.
You don't fuck with nobody. You ain't got your
old brother. I'm my old brother and dad.
Right. You don't fuck with nobody.
Yeah, I got real ones up there though. Don't get it twisted. But go ahead. Good luck on coming on over and hollering at me about your motherfucking sister. She talked first, motherfucker. Don't get it twisted.
I'm saying this. Make sure you don't. If me and you ever beef, make sure you keep it at a minimum because there's some people out there like myself that
we beef. It's all in.
All right, I'm just letting you know now while we
I'm
friends.
just saying, right? If you beef, you all in, right?
I'm just letting you know right now. Right now while we friends, for some reason we ever start beefing 10 years from now, whatever. I'm not the ESPN folks. I will press you. I know the smile and
your press.
I'll press you.
Your press is like LeBron James' press right now. Soft.
Hopefully we'll never see that, homie.
Hopefully
you'll never recognize
If we do though. Shout out to you for trying.
Saying, man. It'll be bad. Ash and Callie won't be able to save you, homie.
It'd be bad for somebody, but not for me.
Yeah.
Let's dive into the rest of the show real quick because there's a lot going on.
Where's T Rich at, man?
You're supposed to be the narrator.
All right, let's move on, man. Next topic, man. Listen. Coach JB's and Big Smitty's top 5, bottom 5 NFL performers.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready.
Top of the world, bottom of the barrel. You sent your list in late. JB, you going to go first. Your top 5 NFL performers from week 13, man. Jump in. What you got?
Whole question. Anybody in there who really believes I sent my list in late and over Smitty? Please.
Smitty already lied.
Thank you. Factor cap, baby.
Factor cap, man. Come on.
Thank you.
Wow.
Let me see that. Let me see that.
Okay.
Let me see that graphic. Oh.
Hey, that's what I mean. You was really like arguing in the studio. They thought we was going to fight that day. That's a good picture.
That is fucking great. I love that graphic. Factor cap, Bailey already fucking cap checking Smitty because he didn't get his list in till like 8 o'clock Eastern today. My top 5, top of the world.
Say Coach JB on there, homie. Can you read?
Eagles, homie. We already know they're playing as well as anybody. Now, power rankings come out tomorrow. Top 5 performances from week 13. Eagles are number 1. They dominated the Ravens, who I've been telling you the Ravens are fugazi. They're fake. They're not going to do anything. As long as Lamar Jackson's the quarterback, he'll win a few. He'll win a few MVPs. He'll ooh and all you. He'll run around, but he'll never beat you in a meaningful game.
You don't run enough, homie. While you playing, keeps when you run around. He don't run enough.
His mama said, huh?
His mama said that. Yeah.
Yeah. You think that's
stop?
Anyway, the Eagles are number 1. Number 2, the Bills in the snow dominate a West Coast team, the Niners, who are just injury riddled. But Josh Allen again. Showing that he should have won the MVP last year, got snubbed by Lamar with a mediocre season. Now Lamar's having a better season than last year, and he'll get snubbed by Josh Allen. It's a mockery on how this shit works, but Josh Allen should have been back-to-back MVPs. The Steelers, Russell Wilson, contrary to Mina Kimes' belief, has catapulted them over the hump, just as Noel Mazzoni and I said it would. He is the experienced guy with the big arm and throws for 414 yards the other day. One of the best performances of the year. He was a top 10 quarterback last year on a bad Denver team. But what do I know when I say Russell Wilson is legit? The Steelers are in serious contention for a Super Bowl run, Smitty. The Packers, the Packers are quietly right in the mix here for in the NFC with the Lions, with the Vikings, with the Eagles. They're better on defense. Hafley left Boston College, came over to the Packers, ran the D. The defense is much improved. The Packers play in the snow where they can maybe host a game, Smitty. You don't want to go up there in Lambeau in the playoffs when it's snowing and minus 20 wind chill. They're serious. They're serious. I don't know how serious, but they're serious. And the Commanders, Smitty, this is why. The Titans had a big win last week against the Texans. Will Levis looks good. The Texans, oh, my God, Titans are back, blah, blah. And the Commanders went in and put their foot on their neck and made them come back down to reality that Will Levis, you are horrible. The team is horrible. And you should be all fired for getting rid of Mike Vrabel. That is what the bottom line is. Commanders put their foot on their neck. That's my top 5, dead or alive, moments of last week's week 13. Where you at, Smitty?
All right. I like that list. I think you got a lot of similar teams. Let's go to my list. Let's go Big Smitty's top 5. I do it that way, baby. Top 5, bottom 5. Here's my top 5 right here. You know, at the top of the top, man. I got the Lions, and I think with my list, it's a little.
They had a horrible performance. I don't know how they're the top performer.
Man, the Lions they continue.
They should have lost to Chicago, homie.
No, they didn't. But they could have, would have, should have. They broke their streak. Sometimes the win is the reason behind. It's the storyline. The Lions that lost 7 straight Thanksgiving games prior to this, so they had to get that. They had to get that off their shoulder. D. Jones, your Jags suck. Your quarterback just got hurt out the rest of the season. I don't hear nothing from you. Number 2, you got the Philadelphia Eagles. They went out there, man, played great defense.
So the Lions got
going in the second half. They beat the Ravens. I got the Eagles at number 2. Number 3, I got the Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bill went out there Sunday night, balled out in the ice cold tundra and the snow, and just had fun. Made the 49ers look like some scrubs, and to me, really solidified the ending of the Niners season and maybe their run. Number 4, I'm going with the Vikings, man. The Vikings, man, has continued to scrap and claw and go out here. And listen, Sam Darnold, you shut me up this whole season. You proved me wrong. This is, to me, Sam Darnold is the comeback player of the year. No questions asked. He's had a phenomenal year, and they continue to win and be one of the best teams in the NFC. And number 5, I got to go with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Russell Wilson, man. This guy had a damn near flawless game outside of that one pick, which wasn't his fault because George Pickens failed to hit the ground. Threw for over 400-some yards. First time that's happened to the Steelers quarterback in a long, long time. Listen, went toe-to-toe and even beyond that of Joe Burrow and that really strong offense with the Bengals. And the Steelers are true Super Bowl contenders right now with that defense still being dominant. And now you bring in old Russell Wilson back to this Pittsburgh team. To me, this is the top 5 performances, top of the line. Week 13 performance from Big Smitty.
I thought that was your power ranking because there's no way the Lions played a horrible Bears team and barely got away with a win. The Vikings played a horrific Arizona team and barely got away with a win.
Arizona's not horrific. Don't do that.
They beat them by 1 point, though.
Arizona's leading the NFC West, homie.
Oh, man. The Eagles beat the Ravens, and you put the Lions over the Bears ahead of them? Like,
Thursday night prime, Thursday game, Thanksgiving game. They lost 7 straight. That's tough sometimes when you got a history of losing to a team. It's like Ohio State and Michigan. Like Ohio State should have beat Michigan, right? We thought Michigan was a really bad team.
About that list,
sometimes man, it's tough. So that's what I did. Lions continue to roll.
Only thing I respect about that list right there is you didn't have the Colts on there. Kudos to you. You didn't have the Colts on there. That's the only thing I respect about that list. But other than that, that list was horrific. One of the worst lists of the year.
I damn sure they had the Rams on there.
They won, though.
Yeah, but I had the Rams on
there. I didn't have my list. I didn't have the Rams.
I know. I'm just letting you know. I for sure won't have them on the list.
Your list was horrific. One of the worst.
My coach better than your Rams.
One of the worst lists of the year.
My coach better than your Rams.
Bottom 5.
Bottom of the barrel for JB, man.
Bottom of the barrel. Bottom of the barrel. This fucking weirdo right here, man. Bottom of the barrel. Dolphins. You just continue to show up that you are as soft as your head coach. You do not show up. I'm telling you, Smitty, did you watch this game?
Bits and pieces of it.
So you didn't watch it. So the bottom line is this guy literally body language on the sideline did not want to be in that game, Smitty. He did not. I'm watching the game. He did not want to be there.
Yeah.
How does the head coach over there looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? This motherfucker's nose is super red. He's looking over there like he's super scared. He's like fucking cold. How do you show your players that you're cold? I ain't never seen that shit in my motherfucking life. I've never seen the head coach leading by example over there like this and literally getting their ass whipped, homie. How in the fuck is he the head coach of an NFL team right now? I seriously got a problem, homie, with these ADs and presidents and owners and GMs. And I'm talking college and NFL. Hiring the way they hire.
Let me cut you off. Have the Dolphins been better with him or worse with him? In comparison to their previous, 10 or so years.
Worse.
They've been better.
No, they haven't.
Tua became his best with
him. Be honest. Just say Tua when he's playing is better. The Dolphins didn't have Tua. And they still went to the playoffs under Flores. They still had the same record, and they were much better in cold weather.
They did have Tua, but Flores wasn't rocking with it.
1 year. Here's the thing. They're worse overall, Smitty. They're 0-11, 0-12 now, 13. I don't know what they are. Or 1-14, I believe, on the road in cold weather. That is a straight correlation.
That's before him, though. That's before him.
No, it wasn't. No, this is under him.
They ain't never been good in cold weather, though, homie.
This is Tua.
They ain't never been good in cold weather. I bet we look up the record.
They weren't this bad. They went up to New England, Smitty, under Flores and beat fucking Bill Belichick 3 out of 4 times.
All I'm saying is this, homie. The Dolphins overall, I'm not saying just this year because it's been a weird year. Tua missed 3-4 games with the head situation, all that. So it's a weird year. Overall, with him, say what you want. The Dolphins have, especially on the offensive side specifically, have been more explosive. Tua has become his best, and they've been a better team.
Doesn't mean they're better.
All right.
Hey, Cleveland Browns are more explosive without Deshaun Watson. Are they better?
Yeah.
They haven't done one more game.
They're better.
They haven't done anything. They're fucking 3-9.
I mean, you brought Jameis in towards the end of the season. He's
Smitty, you know better than anybody. Offense wins games. Defense wins what?
Championships,
Oh,
homie.
okay. So what are we talking about?
Go to number 2 on your list. Go number 2 on your list. I'm done.
This is a beta male-led franchise. It is unbelievably hard to watch this team. They are fucking loaded on offense. They can't win no games when it counts. They can't play defense. They can't run the football. They're as tough as baby shit, and that's pretty soft. So they're going to be number 1 every single week as long as this motherfucker Capri Brandt's wearing guys there. Number 2, so just maybe put them number 1 every week. I don't care if they even win. Put them number 1 every week for my bottom 5 until this motherfucker gets out of there. Number 2, the 49ers. Guess where this guy came from? Guess where he learned soft culture from? Guess where this guy learned how to lose from? Kyle Shanahan, the most overrated head coach in the history of the NFL. Kyle Shanahan is a loser. Loser. And guess what? McVay wins Super Bowls. You don't. So guess what? You've had the most loaded roster from top to bottom for the last 4 seasons and have failed miserably. Kyle Shanahan, you are a loser. You find ways how to lose games. I'm tired of hearing about you and how good you are. I'm tired of hearing about they win 13 games. They were in the Super Bowl, JP.
Twice. And they were a play away. They went to overtime with Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. Brock Purdy balled out. Okay, it's the Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's Mahomes and Andy Reid. It's like playing against. I don't want to compare listen, when you're playing against the best of the best, sometimes you lose. That don't mean you're not great, homie. That don't mean you're not great.
They lost.
Those Utah Jazz teams were great in the 90s. They ran into Jordan. It just happened.
Can we talk about Can we talk about this before you get to your list real quick? We got to talk about this, though.
Forget my list.
Don't talk about the Niners and what they do. Talk about how they do it. He is a loser. He figures out how to lose games. When we define great coaches, Hall of Fame coaches, Yellow Jacket coaches, we look at him and say, God damn it, Andy Reid figured out how to win. He got his ass whipped by Tom Brady in Tampa, and he went out and got a better defense. He went out and figured it out. Coaches figure out how to win. Andy Reid lost in Philadelphia in a great NFC East at the time. They figured it out. They got there, they lost, and guess what he did? You know what? I went out and learned from my mistakes. Kyle Shanahan does not learn from his fucking mistakes. He continues to do them over and over and over, and we give him credit for going somewhere. He has not won anything. He's a loser. He's a loser.
How many current coaches have been to the Super Bowl? How many current? I'll let you get that stat, Bailey. How many current coaches?
I'll name them right now. I'll name them. Doug Peterson, both Harbaughs, Mike Tomlin, Andy Reid, Shanahan, McVay. They're gone. He's out. He's out.
McCarthy. Mike McCarthy.
Mike McCarthy won one. Sirianni. Nope, he's gone. I want to say
Bengals. Who's Bengals head coach?
Yeah, Zach Taylor. That was my last one, and that's it. I said Doug Peterson.
You see how small that list is?
Yeah, but
Shanahan's been there twice, homie. So all I'm saying is, listen, you're right. He's not in the echelon of Andy Reid and even like a Mike Tomlin or a Sean McVay. He's a notch under them because they found a way to win it. They found a way to go there and win it. But to go there twice, homie, and be a play away from losing really both times, you're still a really good coach. Are you the elite of the elite? No. You're not Andy Reid. You're not.
I'm gonna tell you why that list is
like trash. That's crazy.
Here's why the list is skewed, though.
That's hating.
Andy Reid's been multiple times, 5. That's why the list is skewed. Belichick's been to 9, 10. Okay, so think about it. That's 17 years of Super Bowl of 2 coaches right there. Okay. Yeah. Then you add guys that are gone. Bruce Arians, who won one, he's not longer coaching right now. So that took away one of these guys, obviously, right? Then you got Doug Peterson, who won one, and then Sirianni went to 1, and Shanahan's been to 2, and McVay's been to 2, won 1. So You got to understand, the number is not, it's skewed because we've had guys go to, 2 guys went to 15, 16 combined.
That's my point. And who did Shanahan lose against twice?
That's my point, though.
One of those guys who's one of the all-timers.
Yeah,
but Reed might go down on the Mount Rushmore of coaches, homie.
You're calling
the GOAT, homie.
Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn's another one. You are giving mediocrity a new excellent job title. It's not. They're not excellent, homie. This motherfucker's mediocre.
Hold on, real quick before you move on. All bullshit aside. Hold on. All bullshit aside.
Yeah.
All bullshit aside. Is Shanahan a good coach?
He's a good offensive coordinator.
All right. I can't. All right, move on.
Do you agree that Lincoln Riley's a better offensive coordinator than head coach?
Lincoln Riley, yeah.
And you don't believe Shanahan's the same?
No, because he's been to the mountaintop.
So, I'm just telling you, head coach and OC, if you're going to do both, name me how. I want to know if you can
if
name
Lincoln Riley gets USC to the national championship and then lose, I look at Lincoln Riley way differently.
Can you name me this, though? I want a better stat.
I'm cooking you right now a little bit.
Not really. You're actually getting dominated.
Like a little bit. I'm not like, it's a little bit. Though.
Let me ask you this, though. What OC head coach combination, same guy, okay? So head coach, play caller.
Yeah.
Has won a national title or a Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, Doug Peterson, Andy Reid off top of the head.
Okay.
Now, I don't – now, we said play, so you said offense. Okay. Because I would say Belichick, but Belichick is a defensive coordinator and head coach, but you want to focus on offense. So, Doug Peterson, Andy Reid.
Because we're talking about Shanahan. That's why we're focusing on offense.
Yeah, Shanahan ain't done it yet, but he's right. Like JB, man. Like,
hold on. So here's the guys. I want to be clear real quick.
Right there, homie. Like
right there is like,
I'm saying, like we had Cisco on the day. Cisco was right there. I'm not gonna call Cisco a bad coach now because he
horseshoes and hand grenades are a real thing too. You get close enough, you get shattered and get blown up. But listen, here's the thing. You know, you get points for horseshoes, right? When you don't have to get it around the ring, you just get it around the motherfucker.
Get it close, right?
Here's the thing. McVay has play caller and head coach duties. He won one. Peterson, Andy Reid is most notable. Bruce Arians won one.
Okay, yep.
Play caller, OC. Off the top of the head, Mike McCarthy won one.
Oh, yeah.
OC.
Mike McCarthy, yeah.
I'm trying to think.
And then if we go old school, I gotta lean on you because I don't, the old head.
Bill Walsh, a couple guys. Here's the thing though.
Sean Payton
and John Gruden. They're not coaching though. John Gruden's not coaching. Yeah, Sean Payton. Go to college guys that have done it who fell miserably when they go to the NFL. And good friends of mine, Steve Sarkisian's yet to do it. Play caller, head coach. Lincoln Riley, yet to do it. Lane Kiffin, yet to do it. These guys struggle, and it goes upwards into the NFL, and these guys try to think they can do it and dominate at it, and they can't. It's bad business. You got to be CEOs at the next level in the NFL, and some will even say now in college you got to relinquish the play calling duties as the head coach because it takes too much out of you to manage the entire gamut, especially in college now with NIL and portal. Yeah. And then still go run the offense and be the head coach. I haven't seen a guy win it all.
I'm with you, homie.
Lincoln Riley's horrific head coach. He's a good OC.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury, horrific head coach. Good OC.
I'm with you on all that, Jerry. But like, football is so complicated. Like, we watched last year's Super Bowl, and we saw how the game went. Like you're talking as if. Like, if Shanahan got to the Super Bowl and they just look, and the Niners look shitty, I would be more on your side. They get there and they actually damn near ball out. Like, Purdy looked good. The offense looked good. It just, at the end of the day, as a coordinator, you only do so much. I remember Purdy missed a couple throws to like Ayuk in big moments that like, he makes that throw, the game is over. Or the first Super Bowl, Jimmy G makes that throw, the game is over. As a coach, I can't go out there and make the play. Only thing I can do is call the play. You always say it's Jimmy's and Joe's over X's and O's. That's from you. So at the end of the day, as a coach, only thing I can do is put you in position. He has put them in position to win. He's just falling short because the other guy, they're Jimmy and Joe's, the Mahomes of the world, or does a little bit better than what they have at the quarterback position over here. So blame him for maybe quarterback play and not getting the right quarterbacks on the team who can get over the top. But he gets there and they're really good and they're this close and they're a play away. So listen, he's not elite, but Shanahan's a damn good coach, y'all.
Smitty, watch out! Hand grenade! Ah, boom! You got killed, homie. It landed 25 feet away from you, though.
All right, finish the rest of your shitty list, and then I'm gonna show mine. I ain't gonna talk through them. I'm just gonna show mine and then go from there.
Titans are shit. They're just horrific. Here's the problem. This is why they're on the list. You had a huge win a week ago, and then you absolutely just get shitted on, and that is the epitome of a bad team, bad coach team, bad culture. The Titans. Sorry, Bailey. And the Falcons. You pay a guy all that money, man. He goes out there and throws 4 fucking picks, and you are in the thick of a shitty division, probably maybe one of the worst in football, and you shit on yourself in a manner that you did. I just think it's horrible. And the Bengals, man. The Bengals, you just continue to get out. Now, you're talking about a team that scores 40 a game and loses? Like, I've never seen that like this Bengals team. Like, they will scare the living dog shit out of any team in the NFL. Nobody wants to play Burrow right now. Burrow's the clear-cut MVP if their team's winning.
They the best, worst team in NFL history.
Nah, it might be the Chiefs. Because they're winning.
Nah. The Chiefs are the worst, best team in NFL history. The Bengals are the best, worst team. You see what I'm saying? Like the Bengals, to me, look better than the Chiefs, but they just losing.
Yeah, they should beat the Chiefs.
Right.
All right. Show your shitty list.
Show my shitty list real quick. I ain't even gonna talk through it. Here's my list. Here's what it is. You got this guy as number 1 on your list, and you're defending him. Holy fuck, Bailey! He's defending the guy he's got number 1 on his list. You talk about the irony. I keep it funky. That's why. Week 13. You keep it
funky and say this guy's overrated.
Week 13, the Niners as a team did not show up, homie.
What's wrong with this guy? Homie?
That's what it is.
Jesus Christ.
This is how you know I'm real, though. You know what I mean? That's how you know I'm not phony. Number 2, the Titans are ass. Jets, man. The Jets remind me of that no good.
I stopped putting the Jets in there, Smitty.
I almost did. The Jets is like that deadbeat father that he does good for like 2 weeks, right? He shows up, takes you to the park, makes you feel like, oh man, he's actually gonna try, actually be a good daddy again, and buys you a gift maybe or whatever, and then you start to get excited. You start to feel like, oh man, my dad's actually loves me and cares about me, and then boom, goes back to fucking ignoring your calls, got you waiting on the porch, not coming there to pick you up. That's what the Jets do for a lot of the fans every week. The first quarter, maybe a quarter and a half, they come out, man. Aaron Rodgers looks like he looks young. He's running around, smiling. Devontae Adams catching touchdown. The offense is rolling. They're celebrating. They're dancing. And then, boom, they go back to being the Jets, and they look horrible for the rest of the damn game. The Jets look bad, man. I don't know what it is. It ain't all on Aaron. It's a lot on Aaron, but it ain't all on Aaron. Number 4, the Falcons, man, laid an egg. Oh my God. And number 5, Miami Dolphins. Hey, baby, the Miami Dolphins, man. So that's my shitty list, and that's what it is, man. But you know what the time is? It's 8:54. We got 6 minutes left, and it's time for one of the best segments you're gonna ever find on TV or the internet. Factor Cap, brought to you by BetUS. Go to BetUS right now. Use code JB as a promo code, and you know the rest.
Fact or cap? The Steelers are the best team in the AFC.
Ooh, AFC. Hold on. Who the AFC? You got who the AFC? Jeez. You got I'm gonna say cap. It's the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen. I like him over Russ. As good as Russ has been looking, I like Josh Allen more. Both defenses are balling. But Buffalo Bills, they got that it factor right now. You can't see it on the stat sheet, but you just feel the aura of Buffalo. So I'm going to call cap.
I'm going to say fact. Russell Wilson makes them the best team in the AFC. They are going to be the best team, hardest team to get through if they get a host a game. Because I'm telling you right now, their defense travels, the run game travels, and Russell Wilson has been there, unlike Josh Allen, who shits the bed late in games. similar to Lamar Jackson and everybody else in the AFC, other than just Patrick Mahomes. And Burrow will not be in the mix. So, having said that, Russell Wilson is the key factor in this Steeler team with Patrick Queen. Fact, the best team in the AFC. Fact or cap, the Chiefs will make the AFC championship game.
Cap. This will be the first year in Patrick Mahomes' career that he will not reach the AFC championship game. I know they're going to have a bye week because they can probably be the number. Well, they may not be number one seed. Let me pump the brakes. The Bills is right there on the ass. The Steelers right there on the ass. But even if the Chiefs are the number one seed and they get the bye, I can see them having a first-round exit, bro. I am not a believer in the Chiefs this year. Cap.
I still call him Russell Weirdo, by the way. Whoever asked that question doesn't mean I haven't defended Russell Wilson. I've been one of the only ones to defend Russell Wilson. It doesn't matter. T-Rich couldn't make it in, man. He texted me. He'll be on. I'll try to get him tomorrow, maybe.
Wow.
We got a
wow.
coach. Yeah, I told him. BPS. I'm going to say cap. The Chiefs will eventually, their mediocre play will bite them in the ass, and they will lose to a team like the Bills. If they can hold on to this 1 point, because if they lose again, Smitty, Bills will host.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So we'll see. I'm going to say cap. They will not be in the AFC title game. I think it's going to be the Bills Steelers. Fact or cap, Dion Sanders will be the head coach at Colorado to start next season.
Fact. Easy money. He ain't going nowhere. He has full autonomy in Colorado. Everything he wants and more. Big time recruits. They don't mind coming to Colorado just to play for him because he's proven that whatever he touches turns to gold. It's primetime television every single week. No pun intended. He's sending guys to the league. He about to got a Heisman winner from Colorado. What more could you want as a college athlete than go playing for Colorado and Coach Prime? He gonna stay where he at. That's a fact.
You know what I found that's funny? Anyone that's woke or black saying it's fact. Joe Accord, who's woke, he said it's fact. D. Jones is black. He said it's fact. Your brother said it's fact. All the white people in here are saying cap. He's not coming back. It's a racial thing.
I got a question. What is woke?
Woke is like ESPN.
Like, no, my point is that people say that so much, y'all don't even know what it is.
I know what it is. I know
what it is. Continue.
I know it's an extreme left thought process that you believe that. See, what happened was, well, it's a long story.
We ain't got time. We do this tomorrow. We ain't got time.
I can actually break it down.
1965.
No. It happened like pre-COVID. Right in there is when this whole thing happened, and people thought it was a brothers saying, "Stay woke, keep your head on a swivel." And a lot of brothers was putting this out there. And when I was around at this time, I was with my boys, and we were like, that was just a normal, like, hood term. Like, keep your head on a swivel, homie. Like, stay woke. Now, everybody took it and ran with it as a different approach. And it was BLM, COVID hit, George Floyd, all this shit hit up. And it was like a social injustice or a social justice take. So it's a long story, but that's a lot into it. But yeah, they say you're woke. I'm gonna say cap because I'm white. Deion Sanders will not be there. I think he's gone. His 2 babies will be gone. 3 babies, 4 babies actually will be gone. And I believe he's gonna actually take a shot at the next level. That's personally what I kind of gut feel because I do. I don't agree with Shaun King. I don't think UCF is I didn't see your guys' argument, but I don't think UCF is an upgrade in my opinion at this moment.
Michael Irvin is pushing for Dion to be a Dallas Cowboy head coach. I don't see it, but he's pushing for it.
But he also said it on Fox that he said he knows for a fact he will take it if he's offered.
He said, I know money talks and all that stuff. He said, I know Dion and I know, but Dion came on our show too, though, and said, I love where I'm at. He showed the background of Phil. He said, I ain't going no, so I don't know. I mean,
you ever heard of coaches doing that every single time they're asked and then leave? I don't know.
Yeah, Dion ain't gonna do that though. Dion a real one.
Fact or cap? Lincoln Riley will be the USC head coach next season.
Yeah, fact, big fact. He gonna be there. He got that 10-year deal, and earlier you'd have asked me this before I knew that what the deal was. I forgot what the deal was a few weeks ago. I would have said Cap because how bad he's been, but that deal too long. He at least has one more year. Now, if he goes in next year and he starts off the season 0-5, they made this charge to the game, say it is what it is. But nah, he gonna be there next year for sure. Fact.
All right, Smitty. Tonight, I have to go speak at a big time gala in San Diego. I'm going to give away the Coach of the Year award and do a little keynote speaking. Fact or cap? I will do that without cussing.
I'm gonna say cap. You gonna say at least one cuss word. Like you gonna say it might be like a like shit or something light, but you gonna say big cap, big cap. Big cap. You saying the cuss word for sure. For sure. For sure. Oh my God. Hopefully it ain't nothing too crazy. Hopefully just like a little loose one.
See, real ones, no. I can control myself. You ain't heard me cuss on Whitlock.
I ain't watched the clip yet, but I do know
No,
that.
period. I'm saying over the years, I haven't cussed on Whitlock. Not one
I
time.
don't know, homie.
I know, homie, I'm a professional. I understand protocols, bro.
You be losing control, homie. I bet you tomorrow. I bet you
somebody in the
$100
crowd,
tomorrow. You could not do our whole show tomorrow with no cussing. $100.
Say what?
I bet you $100. You could not do tomorrow's show with not one cuss word the whole time for 3 hours. I know you can't. You know you can't. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're thinking about it. I can do it easily. You can't do it.
You do it every day.
You can't do it.
I don't know if it's going to be like, if it's better that way, though. I don't think that would be better.
But why do you think adding a cuss word makes it more real? Like
it doesn't make it real. It's just
that's
who
what
I
I'm saying.
am.
Like,
but being who you are is real. Why would I fake it on who I am?
So you're saying tonight? So tonight, no. I'm about to get you. I'm about to cook you. So you said tonight you about to fake it?
No, I'm not going to fake it. I said I'm going to be professional. No, I didn't say that, homie. No. What are you talking about? We said factor cap. Can I do it? You said cap. I said I'm professional. I know how to act in an environment.
Ding. You're professional. It don't mean you being fake or phony, homie. Exactly.
Homie, it's not my show. If I'm asked as a professional, if I'm asked as a professional, go on Whitlock and not cuss. What did I do? Not cuss. If you asked me at your wedding or something not to cuss, I wouldn't cuss, homie.
I'm asking you right now for one show. That's all I don't ask for much. For one show tomorrow, don't cuss for 3 hours. Just one show. You can't give me one show.
Why though? This is a Coach JB show with Big Smitty. There's no reason for me not to cuss.
But there is a with the big look. My name got bigger on the logo. Every time we get a new logo, my name get a little bigger. So I do got a little something. So I'm asked because I want it. You ask why? Because I want to see if you can do it. I want to see how talented of a talent you truly are. Can you still get the same numbers and still be as exciting, as meaningful, as educational as you normally are without saying one single curse word? I want to know if you're capable of doing it. I don't know if you can do it or not.
No. Bailey, any factor cap that you took note of that any one of us lied on or falsely?
No, if I did, it was I already did it during the show.
I think factor cap. Was I factor cap with the Tua's road record, Mike McDaniel's road record? I don't know. I think I said 0-12. I don't know if that's factor cap. See, we can make this a good segment, Smitty. See, this is what I produce. I'm a production mind right here. You know what I'm saying? I could. If you were a better co-host and you took notes and then shot him to Bailey while he was running the show and said, "Hey, this is
no. The job of that is the producer, which is hard to do because Bailey do everything. He direct, produce, but I'm just saying that ain't the talent job, homie. Let me educate you, JB. When the talent is on set, the talent is worried about what they're talking about. They're not doing the production. The producer produce, the talent. I'm telling you what it is.
I do it all. Leaders create more leaders.
All right, homie. And Bailey, don't say you hate my idea. My idea is great.
Bad idea.
My idea is great.
It's like censoring. Like you want to censor unfiltered content.
I'm about to get my own. I'm getting my own Bailey.
What are we doing?
I'm about to bring my own Bailey on this show. I'm gonna try to find one this week.
Go ahead.
My own Bailey. Who gonna greet? No, it ain't about all that. It's gonna be.
You just said that. You said that.
No.
I didn't say that. You said
call
that.
in. I'm like, hey, Daily, dang Daily. He gonna jump in. He gonna always agree with me. You always agree with JB. Daily gonna agree with me. That's gonna be my person. Cause you fucking JB's mini me. Mini-Me, Austin Powers.
Mina Kimes.
Cody McPeak, you're not even a member. Shut up.
He's on
You on
Twitter.
Twitter
He
watching.
can't even hear you. He's on Twitter.
Yeah, shut up. I don't look at nobody. If you ain't green, I don't talk to you.
We got some members today. Shout out to anybody that's not a member. Become a member. We didn't get to talk about this, Smitty. We got to talk about this tomorrow.
Forget tomorrow, man, with T. Rich.
Because Tyrod Taylor, we brought it up, but Tyrod Taylor.
It's a good brother.
You got a problem, Houston. Got a problem, Houston. Did she jab on? No.
JB's gonna be in the Discord today, talking to members, personal, one-on-one. So if you're not a member, become one right now, so you get that one-on-one conversation with Coach JB. He has nothing to do the rest of the day.
Hey, fact the cap though, homie. LeBron James is horrific. He's the worst GOAT conversationalist piece of all time. LeBron James is fucking horrible. I don't know why he's still playing, and he's losing any chance he had at being the GOAT. Because we know he'll never win. He's not the GOAT though.
He's not the GOAT. But I'm saying wherever you have him at though, if you have him at the GOAT, he's the GOAT. If you don't, you don't.
Why would you want to play 82 games?
It's year 21.
I respect the fact that you want to play games, but there hasn't been a guy that's played all 82 games and won the MVP since Kobe Bryant. This guy's not playing 82 games. He's not built like that. He's not that.
He's not an MVP. He's not an MVP guy no more at that level.
No, I know. I'm just saying though, no one's done it. So
hold on, you're mad that he wants to play now?
Nah, I'm just saying. I think he's ruining his legacy.
No, he's JB. Stop.
Why is he not?
He's played 20 years in NBA. Anything he do right now ain't ruining his legacy. Nobody looked at Kobe's last year as like, oh man, he's so bad, right? Kobe was bad his last year. Let's keep it real.
Kobe was ready to go.
But it wasn't him. That's not Jordan. Wizards Jordan don't do nothing to his legacy. Kareem last year, like when guys are at their last year or two, that's not hurting their legacy. His legacy is solidified. Whatever you got him at, where he's gonna be at. Stop, JB. Listen, I got a meeting in 20 minutes with big money makers right now. I got a big time event I'm putting together, man. So make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, become a member. JB, by the way,
I know people are asking questions in the chat. I think Mikal Bridges played all games last year. Because I think we talked about it. Mikal Bridges, I want to say, was the name. He played every single game last year. So, yeah, Mikal Bridges. That's fact, Bailey. I'm a fact checker by myself without any Google or anything, Smitty. I'm a fucking cold motherfucker. I can talk any sport.
I'm a cold hustler. Tomorrow we doing all hockey then. All hockey tomorrow. 3 hours.
Let's do it. Shit, we have a whole new audience. We need to do that. We got a whole new audience.
All right, the whole hour. The first hour of hockey tomorrow. LA Kings. Can they do it? Let's do it. That's the thumbnail. LA Kings, Can they do it? And we gonna
they can't do it. Oh, they just beat the Ducks.
All right.
Shit. I got itchy.
That dust.
What should I wear, Smitty? I ain't wearing no suit.
You gotta put that shit on.
They said no suit though.
Okay, just put a nice like white or tan collared like a little button down polo, some khakis with some dress shoes. You know what I mean? Like a little watch. Your swag.
Like brim.
Basically, look, wear what you wore to the event in August. That type of swag.
Oh, the Pump Brother?
The Pump Brother, yep, something like that. With them shoes on, them exclusives.
Yeah, you don't know about them.
You know what I'm talking about.
Nobody know about them.
You know what I'm talking about.
Nobody about them. Shout out to Mina Kimes and everybody over there, all the woke. And we'll be back tomorrow, man. Workboot Wednesday with Noel Mazzoni, Coach Gio, who trains NFL coaches. Smitty didn't get to meet him. He'll be on tomorrow as well. And we'll dive into that. And then our main man, HBCU legend, Coach Fred. He'll be back on tomorrow.
Yeah.
He loves Smitty. Smitty loves him. Brother checking another brother.
Coach Fred hates Tyreek Hill, don't he?
Shout out to HBCU and Coach Fred. Eddie Manyweather, shut the fuck up. We'll be back tomorrow, man. Another day, another dollar. Appreciate all you guys. Pound that like. We'll see you tomorrow. Peace.